customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
NextGen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call NextGen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all of your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. You heard it right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience coverage and comfort all season long. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a NextGen member, you'll enjoy complimentary multi-point inspections, cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and exclusive members-only savings. Plus, you'll have a VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment. Sign up today to become a NextGen VIP. Don't miss out. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. NextGen is the only name you need to remember for comfort and reliability all season long. That's 833-3NEXTGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
FX presents American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez.
Football is all I got. Everything's okay when I'm playing ball.
You can't make mistakes, Aaron. People are watching you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Is there something that you want to tell me?
You don't know what kind of thoughts I have.
Aaron!
FX's American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez. All new Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first, before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Feel Good Friday, F It Friday. Mace is here, Andy Kamenetsky, sitting in for John, our very own Dirt Diggler. Andy, not John. And Corporate Craig is here. Now, I shouldn't mention that Mace is getting ready for another vacation because, you know, if I do that, he might call me a lard ass on the air or maybe even, do we have the tape?
Let me tell you something. Morales just came in here and told me what good radio is and what good radio is not. And let me just tell you, he's a dick.
So I won't mention that Mace is getting ready for another vacation. I'll just say we are getting ready for Lakers basketball tonight. Don't forget, Beto Duran is going to be broadcasting live tonight at Cosm LA as he's doing Lakers pre-post at half, live from Cosm LA, as the NBA Cup tips off for the Lakers. Lakers Spurs coverage begins at 3 o'clock. Coverage begins at 3:30. Plus, we've got USC Nebraska tomorrow, homecoming weekend at the Coliseum, and Rams in New England on Sunday morning. Let's get to it. Celebrating 20 years at ESPN Los Angeles, the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. With Andy, your Friday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
It's always broken around here. Bergman's here. Andy's here. By the way, my vacation got canceled for next week. I heard Morales talking about it. We were going to go to Hawaii for Juan's 50th birthday, but Sophie is literally on her last leg, so we can't really leave her for very long.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Taking two mini breaks. I'm off Monday and Friday next week, but I'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Ireland to be here if you're scoring at home.
Oh, I mean,
if you've got a little calendar that says who's going to be where, when, now you know.
People are paying attention, Mace.
Yeah, I know.
They know.
Yeah. So last night, did you play any sleeper last night, Brian?
Last night I did. Yeah, I lost.
Yeah, I lost also.
Yeah.
It was a rough
game. It was a rough game.
I hate the less than.
Yeah.
Last night I found myself in a position where I was. So Andy, you know how this works.
Yeah,
Sleeper works.
Absolutely.
So you pick any number of players, less than, more than. You put them together in a parlay. Last night I was on a good course. Jalen Hurts, 1 touchdown is what I needed, and he got it. Jaden Daniels, here's one of the less thans. Less than 223 passing yards. I got that. Jake Elliott, and it was an adventure. More than 1.5 field goals, and he had 2. But remember, he missed. Did he miss 3? I think he missed 3 in an extra point last night. And then the one that killed me was Saquon Barkley. I had under 94.5, and he went over.
Less than 95?
Less than, yeah.
I don't know why, but when I used to gamble more, for some reason, the over always felt more believable to me than the under.
I like the more than. I don't like to be there rooting for less than.
Right.
Like there's no fun in rooting for less than. Do you think, Brian?
No, I mean, if I'm watching the game, I want it to be scoring. I want there to be
I
more
want-
than 5 threes, more than 2 touchdowns.
I think it's because I think of these guys as incredible athletes, so I'm always thinking, well, they're going to do more. Like these are the best in the world. Less than? That's not going to happen.
So
the only place that I like to do less than was in baseball. I like to take the less for the run score line.
Right. Yeah, I buy that. I buy that.
Because it's usually like 8.5, and like to get to 9 runs,
along
it
those
seems
lines,
like they'll
I
go
think it
less.
depends on the sport because like hockey feels like a less than sport.
Not anymore.
Well, they are
Hockey
scoring a
is
lot now.
Way up now.
Hockey's way up now?
The scoring is way up. This game's like 6-5, 8-9.
You have to start paying
9-8.
more attention now that we're the home of the Kings.
Yeah, that's right.
Start
Home of the Los
noticing this
Angeles
now.
Kings,
Yeah.
exactly. So I wanted to mention on Sleeper, if you've not downloaded this app yet, do it. It's terrific, and right now your first deposit will be matched up to $1,500. So deposit $1,500, you get an extra $1,500 in credit. This is my official daily fantasy app. There are discounted player projections every single week of the season. Don't forget to check once a day, a couple of times a day. What are you waiting for? Download Sleeper today. Unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy apps in the world. Use code 710. Your first deposit up to $1,500 will be matched. Again, the code is 710. So I have become that guy who puts on a game and just roots for individual things to happen
every night.
Every night.
It's more fun that way.
So tonight, I'm going to have sleeper parlay for Lakers Spurs. I don't know if there's anything on there about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, but that's a thing too.
How many slaps?
So I wanted to play this thing. Let me just say, Matthew Berry, talented Mr. Roto, is going to be with us in about 10 minutes. So if you've got a fantasy football question, a dilemma, should I play this guy? Should I play that guy? You can tweet at Venice Mace, Mase. You can also Blue Sky me. Is that what you call it?
Sure.
Blue Sky me.
Let's call it old Twitter.
Old Twitter.
You can old
Blue,
Twitter me.
Blue Sky me at Venice Mace or 877-710-ESPN. Again, if you've got a fantasy dilemma. So
I liked your tweet, your sky. I don't.
My
Let's
Blue
just call
Sky?
it a tweet. Let's call it a tweet.
No,
It's
let's
a
not call it a tweet. We're confusing things. Ask Jack Dorsey what it's called. I don't know.
It's called a.
Is it called a post? Is it just
a
a post?
A post. Your post on Blue Sky. It was very funny. Let's interact on here, fellas.
What did
pals?
I
You said pals. You
what
actually
did I
said
actually
pals.
say?
You said pals. I need to find it. Though.
Yeah, I think I said, hey, radio pals, maybe?
Yeah, what? Oh, wait, hold on. It's okbluesky.app pals. Let's make some radio on ESPN Los Angeles.bluesky.social. React here.
Yeah, react here.
Guess who's
Pals.
following you now? Guess who's following you now on Blue Sky?
Did you follow me on Blue Sky?
Just now.
Is it Cam Brothers or is
Cam
it
Brothers.
Andy? Is it Andy Kamenetsky?
There is Cam Brothers, but we talked about before the show.
Yeah, why don't you get your own? This
is your moment.
You're
This
all
is-
grown up. Get your own handle.
This is the opportunity for Brian and I to create separate accounts and find out once and for all who people like more.
Oh, yeah, who gets the most followers?
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
actually good.
Who do you think it will be, Brian? Who gets? And don't worry that he's sitting right here.
Yeah.
Who do you think's get more followers? Between.
I think it will be Andy.
I think it will be Andy.
I think it'll be
I
Andy
think it'll
also.
be Andy,
Brian
yeah.
tends to be the funny one, though.
No, Andy tends
Andy's
to be
the funny one.
Brian's the
I don't
serious
know.
one.
I mean, look at the shirt he's wearing today. Come on now. How
Yeah,
can you not?
true.
We're
What
gonna
is
Peppa.
that?
Come on.
Oh, Peppa Pig? Yeah. I don't even know
So
what that is.
make it. Make an Andy Kamenetsky one.
I am going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do that.
So I wanted to play this thing. We'll do it here. Mike Tyson, who's fighting Jake Paul tonight on Netflix, was doing an interview with this girl named Jazzy. And how old would you say she is, Brian?
11.
11 years
around
old.
there.
So it's like kid reporter makes good. You know, I'm going to get to interview Mike Tyson. Listen to how this thing went down.
What's going on, guys? It's Jazzy, and today I'm here with one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time and fellow Brooklynite, Mr. Mike Tyson. How are you today?
Doing good, Jazzy. How you doing?
I'm great. It's really great to see you again. Last time I saw you, it was at Fanatics Fest, and that was a really great interview that I did with you.
Let's try another one.
Yep, let's go. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer. So thank you so much for giving me that kind of idea as well.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody to think? You think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm gone? Or my kids, maybe, or grandkids. Who cares?
And again, thank you so much for sharing that.
By the way, she was fantastic.
She was terrific.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
to just keep it moving, kept it moving.
Question about legacy.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for bringing that to me.
She yes-anded. She yes-anded Mike Tyson.
She accepted the premise. You're
Yes,
absolutely right. A little jazzy there doing her interview. I can't wait to hear her next thing. Who's she going to talk to next?
Honestly, she's got a future.
She does. And
That was
Mike went a little dark there, didn't he?
That was dark is an understatement.
11-year-old
Who
girl
cares
asking
about your
questions.
bleeping
Who cares?
legacy?
I'll be
We're all
dead
gonna be dead
soon.
and buried.
Do you believe in legacy?
Yeah, I mean, we see people who have legacies.
What about you? Do you worry about your legacy?
I worry that I'm too far gone to worry about it.
Oh, you think
Like
so?
that at this point, it's set in stone.
Is there a YouTube component for your legacy?
I think
Hey, aren't you the guy who does the Lakers dance party? Hold down on your phone.
That's actually Brian's kid, right?
That's Brian's middle kid, Ethan.
Yeah.
You know what?
But it fits you.
It fits you, yeah.
I think my legacy
What is it?
It's going to be popularizing the phrase YouTube component.
YouTube component.
People are
You
gonna
own YouTube
I
component.
do. People are going to look back. You know when my legacy is going to be
What?
fully noted? After my death, it's going to be acknowledged that Brian and I invented the blame pie.
No, that's never going to
We
happen. We invented the blame pie. Mason and Ireland, blame pie. We've actually copyrighted it, and we've trademarked it both.
Well,
It's
you should let all
copyrighted
the
and
other
trademarked.
You should let all the other people stealing it from us know that you guys have the trademark. Apparently,
Again, this is such an old
Mace,
argument
this is
on
my
your part.
legacy, man.
Your
I gotta
legacy
think about this
is
stuff.
you claim to invent the blame pie. All right, so Bergman, you got something to read. What is it?
Well, we're going to have Matthew Berry coming up next. So every time we have Matthew Berry on with us, it's brought to you by Fantasy Springs. Stay and play at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs. Get tickets to exciting live shows or book your stay today at fantasyspringsresort.com. Brought to you by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. And if we believe you have the best this or that we're going to be having with Matthew Berry, you'll win a Fantasy Springs prize pack, which includes a 2-night stay for you and someone else, a dinner for 2, and golf or bowling for 2. So
Nice.
call in now.
All right, 877-710-ESPN or tweet at Venice Mace or Blue Sky me at Venice Mace. I'm going to try to do some blue sky. I don't know.
Do
we
some-
need
do
different-
some blue sky?
We need to do.
We need the yellow in this
we need,
moment.
We need somebody to explain to us how it's a sky or it's a blue.
Well, it's a
or
butterfly.
It is a butterfly.
It's a
yeah.
butterfly, so you call it like
It's is it a
it's
fly?
Yeah,
I don't
sure,
know.
a fly.
Anyway.
Just call it a tweet.
It's on there. It's on there.
Tweet. It's on an X.
877-710-ESPN. Matthew Berry's coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Andy's in for John. 710-ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I got Uggs. Me too.
Yeah.
But we can't rock them anymore.
I wear them all the time.
Do you really?
I mean, once it gets cold, they're boots, so they're kind of warm.
You wear them out in public, loud and proud.
Yeah, they're
okay.
boots.
Uggs all of a sudden became like not cool for guys to wear.
Why?
I don't know.
Tom
I
Brady
thought
wears
Tom
Uggs.
Brady brought them back. That's what I said.
It's Trav and D-Farr.
Back Monday morning after Greeny on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
FX's English teacher.
Every single one of these essays is so bad.
An F? What is this?
With grades like this, I'm gonna have to hit the corner, sir.
From executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows.
Who's running the school? Is it us or is it them? Them.
Go sit next to Tiffany.
She told me it was offensive to learn Mandarin because you're not Japanese.
FX's English teacher is now streaming on Hulu. All new Mondays on FX.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird. All right.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
What's up, people? It's Friday. We love that. Andy Kamenetsky's in for Ireland, who I think is going to stop in a little while later from San Antonio.
Probably.
We
He
think
usually
so.
does.
Yeah. And joining us right now is the talented Mr. Roto, the great Matthew Berry. You see him on Sunday Night Football. You see him on Peacock. You listen to his podcast, all that stuff. The Fantasy Life newsletter. Matthew, how are you, man?
Life's good, my friends. Life's good. It's week 11. I mean, it'd be better, if I didn't watch that game last night. I'm a lifelong, Commander
Oh, that's
fan. That was
right.
a pretty tough loss.
But you've got to be pretty enthusiastic about the direction of things, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's been a long time since I had the ability to get mad at a game in November.
Right.
Normally you're in November and you're like, it doesn't matter what happens. Who cares? We're out of it. We've been out of it since the first week of October. We're not going anywhere this year. I was really upset last night, but just the fact that I was able to get upset at a game in the middle of November is a win for the Commanders franchise. There's no question.
My team, by the way, a sparkling 5-5 right now.
Okay.
And not much I can do. Like half my team's on a bye this week. So are there more than usual buys this week in Week 11?
I don't think so. You've got 4 teams on a bye. They're all fantasy relevant.
They
teams.
all play for me, by the way.
Yeah, maybe it is, but you got you got the Cardinals with obviously Kyler Connor and Trey McBride, and then you've got the Panthers with Chuba Hubbard, maybe Xavier Legette, Tyrone Tracy, and Malik Neighbors out for the Giants, and of course the Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans has been out for a while, but maybe the running backs. Cade Otton's been a revelation the last month or so. So yeah, it's 4 teams on a bye this week.
Yeah,
so,
by the way, Matthew, here's who I'm missing. Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, James Conner, Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, you just had a bad bye week, but that's okay. Yeah, but you know what though, Mace? Like sometimes people actively try to do what you, I think, inadvertently did, which is like I'm going to try to load up all my buys on 1 week, which is that 1 week that it happens, it stinks, and I'm just going to take it on the chin. But I'm at full strength every other week, and so it's a tough week for you this week. But
so let's say I did it on purpose. Okay, I did it on purpose. I decided to load up all the buys in 1 week, and it's a very intelligent and a terrific move to make. We have got so many people, Matthew, who need your help, who need your advice, and we will start with Mac in San Fernando. Mac, you're on 710 with Matthew Berry. What's up, man?
Matthew Stafford has been killing me, so I'm between him and Jameis Winston.
I totally get it. I'm going with Jameis Winston, honestly. Like, I'm as a top 12 play this week against the Saints. Revenge game for Jameis Winston, who spent a number of years in New Orleans. They're banged up in the secondary. They're basically a bottom 12 pass defense over the last month. Yeah, go with Jameis.
All right, let's go to Carlos and Hawthorne. Carlos, you're on with the talented Mr. Roto. Go.
Hello, Joe Burrow or Brock Purdy?
Ooh, here's what's great. I don't think you can screw it up. I have Burrow at 3, Purdy at 4. I literally I have Burrow one spot higher, but they're both top 5 plays this week. I don't think you can screw it up. You go with either guy there, but I do have Burrow one spot higher.
Okay, let's go to Alex. Alex, you're on 710 with Matthew Berry. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking the call. Crazy to even ask, but who should I go with, Bo Nix or Pat Mahomes?
Ooh. Hey, Alex, hang on hold. It's a great question, and we're going to hook you up with that Fantasy Springs prize package and let Matthew go ahead and address your concerns there. What do you got, Matthew, on his?
Yeah, listen, it's a completely legitimate question. Over the last month or so, Bo Nix has been a top 10 fantasy quarterback, probably actually over the last 6 weeks, but and I get it, on the road at Buffalo, tough Bills defense. I'm just not – what's been exciting, though, about Mahomes is that he's been passing more the last couple of weeks. Pacheco's not going to play again this week, so it is going to be somewhat on the arm of Patrick Mahomes. I'm at 6. I have Bo Nix at 8, which is sort of crazy to think about. But I'm just so I completely get the question here. But we expect Kansas City Buffalo, I think, is going to be just such a great game. And then, the Denver game being at home against Atlanta, it's, the over-under there is 44. So we don't expect a ton of scoring in that game. Again, it's close, but give me Mahomes.
All right. Brian Sikenga hits us on Blue Sky with C.J. Stroud or Lamar Jackson.
It's Lamar Jackson. Come on.
Yeah, he added Pittsburgh seems to have Jackson's number.
I get it. But it's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I know.
And Stroud, and by the way, and I get it, and it's not a great matchup against it is a good matchup against the Cowboys, and he's getting Nico Collins back. That's the expectation. But C.J. Stroud has not been good for a while, and I don't know. By law of being a fantasy football analyst, I'm not telling anyone to bench Lamar Jackson. I'm just sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, let's get through some on Twitter now. T. Higgins or Jordan Addison?
T. Higgins.
No better options for my flex than Elijah Moore or Dawson Knox.
You know what? I'm going to say Elijah Moore here. Elijah Moore actually very quietly has been playing very, very well. And it's a decent matchup. We actually talked about, you're going to find this funny, but like people are like, Elijah Moore, really? And the truth of the matter is that earlier today we actually talked about Elijah Moore on my show today. But he's been getting a north of 20% target share since Jameis Winston took over. It's a nice matchup against the Saints. Saints top 5 in terms of most receptions allowed in the slot. So even though Dawson Knox has the gig to himself, no Dalton Kincaid, no Keon Coleman, maybe no Amari Cooper this week. I'm going to go with Elijah Moore there.
Okay, this is one acknowledged as crazy from Mark Vega: Bo Nix or Josh Allen.
Again, same thing, Josh Allen here.
Yeah, you got to take Josh Allen.
I get the question. I'm going with Josh Allen.
Alec Pierce or Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers. Just massive target share going for Jacoby Myers. New offense, by the way. It'll be interesting to see what the Turners do on the road at Miami this week.
All right. One more, C.J. Stroud or Derek Carr?
I'm going with C.J. Stroud there. I've again good matchup against the Cowboys. He gets Nico Collins back. I don't think he's as good as Lamar Jackson, but I do think he's better than Derek Carr.
All right. Hey, Matthew, we can get you on Sunday Night Football, Football Night in America. We can get you on Peacock, Fantasy Football Happy Hour. We can get you on Fantasy Life. The Fantasy Life newsletter is the first thing I read every single morning. What else are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, fantasylife.com, I would say the only other thing I might say here, and I'm also on Blue Sky because I was just thinking, you know what, I need another social media channel.
Yeah, we all need more. We all need more.
Yeah. So I'm at Matthew Berry TMR on every form of social media. So you can follow me there as well if you're on Blue Sky or wherever you're on social media, you can follow me. But the other thing I'll mention here, just you mentioned so many things about FantasyLife.com or my show where you have your podcast. But the one thing I will mention is GuillotineLeagues.com, where you can still start a league. I think I've talked to you guys about this, but it's such a fun format. You can start it whenever. You can do a draft today. It's basically the idea is you draft a fantasy football team like normal, you and your league. At the end of the week, the team with the lowest score gets cut forever. Their season's over.
Wow.
And all the players on that team go back into the free agent pool. So so every week you're bidding on like Saquon Barkley and Josh Allen of the world. And so it's a very fun format. It's free to play. GuillotineLeagues.com.
All right, awesome, man. Hey, thank you as always for coming on. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday night.
Thanks, guys. Mace, good luck with the bye week.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I will need that. I will need that. There's Matthew Berry, talented Mr. Roto. Yeah, I did it on purpose. Like half my team's on a bye this week.
Half my team is on a bye in week 14. I'll tell you, if I was not 2-8, this would be a really big deal.
Yeah.
I'd be in a lot of trouble if my team wasn't already
Now, see,
done.
we don't do a playoffs. Do you do a playoffs?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
we don't do playoffs. We just do a cumulative during the course of the year. I'm 5-5. Ireland, by the way, is 2 games in front of me. Ireland is at 5-5. He's at 7-3.
This is going to be the first time in a long time I'm not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Brian, are you playing?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Fairly well.
No, what does that mean? That's middle of the pack. It sounds fairly well. Does not sound positive.
The league, it's got a lot of weird kind of rules. So we got 2 points available every week for top scoring, like top 6 scoring, and then win and loss.
Yep.
And I think I'm 12-8.
12.
So it
good.
sounds like a lot, like
Yeah.
It's only been 11 weeks.
Right.
So.
And Bergman, you're not a fantasy guy at all.
I played this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
I am
That's
playing this
right.
year.
You and Gene are in a league. How's it going?
It's not great.
No?
I score a lot of points, but I'm 4-6. I lost the last couple of weeks I put up 150 and lost because someone put up like 180.
How much input does Gene have into the decision-making for your fantasy football team? And by the way, what's your team called?
Bergie's Secret.
Bergie's Secret?
Yeah, because remember when Ireland asked me if I would wear lingerie.
Correct,
and
yes.
I said, as long as Margot Robbie wants me to do it, sure, I'll do
Sure,
whatever
there you
Margot
go.
Robbie wants.
So that's your secret.
And so everybody in the YouTube chat made fun of me, so I named it Bergie's Secret, like Victoria's Secret.
Yeah,
Bergie's
yeah,
Secret.
okay, good.
That's clever.
Good, I like it.
Yeah, so, but Jean probably has about, let's carry the 0 input.
Oh,
0.
She
was supposed to be helping me, but it's not anything but me.
All right. Let's see. Coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Plus, I'm getting requests from people. Can you play the Mike Tyson interview again? We'll do it later. There's a lesson to be learned from that Mike Tyson interview that young Jazzy did. That's all coming up for you. It's a big Friday, and you know how it is around here on Fridays.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
It's Friday. All right, if you're injured in an accident, you've been through a traumatic experience. Your body's trying to recover. Your mind is racing. You got to get to the doctor. There's all these confusing phone calls, and eventually you get medical bills, all kinds of headaches dealing with the insurance company, all that stuff. So if you're injured in an accident, remember to call Jacob. Instead of dealing with everything yourself, make one call to Jacob. Let him handle everything. He's going to guide you through the process, and on top of all that, he's going to fight to get you the settlement that you deserve. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team will come to you, or you can head into Jacob's office. You should take it easy. Do not stress. Let Jacob deal with the rest. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Jacob Romani is the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident.
or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Don't forget he's a legal partner with the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. Make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram. Go to @call.jacob for great advice and prizes and more. And when you call him, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. We have some breaking news, apparently. What do you got?
This, according to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles Dodgers right-handed pitcher Brusdar Graterol had right shoulder labrum surgery on November 14th, performed by Dr. Neil Elatraj. He's expected to return to the mound in the second half of the 2025 regular season. So he will miss the first half of the season.
He missed most of last
season. He came back
late.
in like August, September.
Was part of the playoff roster, yeah.
And then was a big part of the World Series.
Yeah, so there's an arm down in the bullpen. Oh, I like that. The season doesn't start for 6 months, and we already have guys getting hurt.
Yeah. You opened up a 40-man roster spot, basically.
Pitchers injured, you'll keep
better
up
to
to
get
date
ahead
on who
of
the
it
next
now,
one
though.
is.
Better to get ahead of it now. Let the recovery start now.
Get your injuries in November.
Exactly.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey, it's Cappy. Get ready to smile every mile with Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Lease a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Limited for just $284 a month for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. And if you're looking to sell your car, they'll pay you cash for it on the spot. Ocean Subaru off the 91 freeway. Visit oceansubaruoc.com.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. VIN S37011188. MSRP $36,558. Lease for 36 months, 10K miles. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 11/20/2024.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-282-6709. 800-282-6709. Again, that's 800-282-6709.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Interesting. Oh, there's Luke. I wondered if he was going to show up. Okay. Here is the hypothetical. You get $100 million, but you've got to be dressed like a clown every day for 10 years. So every day a new set of clown clothes will magically appear next to you in the morning. By clown, I mean traditional circus colorful clown. You have to wear it for the rest of the day until your next set of clothes appears. I knew that was going to play right there. You will be given a grace period of 8 hours a day to not wear it, and this time will be for you to sleep, use the restroom, shower, get dressed, have sex, medical checkups, all that stuff. So $100 million, you dress like a clown every single day for 10 years, Andy.
First and foremost, though,
Yes.
I want to point out, if I want to keep the clown gear on to have sex, that's my business.
Like, you're right.
Because if it's mandatory that I take it off for the sex, deal's off.
Like, Anna's really into clowns?
Yeah. Maybe
I'm fully with Andy here. You can't tell me what I can and can't do. If I'm wearing lingerie, I'm going to wear a clown suit.
I'm worth $100 million at this point. If I want to wear the clown gear where I'm getting it on, I'm wearing the clown gear where I'm getting it on.
So for $100 million, is it just like you're obviously going to dress like a clown for 10 years every single day?
Yes. You know what? Okay, here's actually the reason you should do it, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
If you are in all that clown gear, nobody knows it's you anyway. You are completely disguised.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to have your face made up, and you got to get the big nose like Patch Adams, and you're going around. Right? Didn't Patch Adams?
Yeah, he put the red nose on there.
That was
a great movie, by the way.
My God, that's a pull.
Patch Adams is a pull?
Patch Adams is kind of random when you think about it.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Great movie.
I'll tell you what, if I'm in the hospital, I don't want Patch Adams coming to see me. You're not going to cheer me up, Patch.
For $100 million, just 10 years. How often do you have to go out? Like, is there a mandatory minimum?
Nope. No mandatory minimum. Leaving the house, going shopping. If you want to work, going to work.
Because here's the thing: with the $100 million, you can have all of your minions do all the work for you. And it's basically just sitting around your estate in clown gear.
Right. That does not sound like a blast.
But
sitting around your estate
does not sound awful. Though.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
$100 million.
He's clearly a clown. Bergman, are you a clown?
I'm 1,000% with Andy here.
Yeah, you're a clown
for $100 million. Yeah,
for 10 years.
Who cares? My kids are safe.
Yeah, I mean,
they got stuff.
Sure.
Everybody has whatever they want.
All right, Brian, bozo or no bozo?
I think no bozo here.
You're going to go no bozo?
If it was maybe $1 million for 1 year, I would do it.
$1 million for 1 year, yeah.
The 10 years, I'm out.
The clown college is not allowing any negotiation here.
Think about it. Once you've started doing it for like a month, it's just your persona.
Yeah.
It's just who you are.
On the makeup and the
magically
wig.
Clowns already freaked me out.
Preparing for the penguin. Like, it's not that much makeup. You're just slathering on some white paint.
Yeah.
And
Brian, no bozo.
Yeah, clowns already freaked me out a little
Clowns
bit.
can freak me. So I'll tell you that
I'm not seeing myself.
My Aunt Anna in Haldysburg, Pennsylvania. As a collection of clowns. They're glass clowns, and they sit all over the place in her living room. And I used to get so scared going to Aunt Anna's house. It was nothing but these glass, hand-blown clown things, and I'm like, freaking me out. I'm not a big clown fan.
You think you are a clown.
You're
but you are not a clown.
There you go. You're that
Baskets.
is Zach Galifianakis,
Yes,
right?
Baskets.
One of the most weird, underrated comedy
So
series
good.
of all
It's
time.
so funny.
You are
so
not-
bizarre.
You are not a clown.
You think you are a clown, but you are not the clown.
Not the clown, exactly. You ever see that show, Bergman?
I don't know.
That's
It's
very funny.
really funny.
Very funny. Very funny. All right, so I wanted to get to tomorrow. There you go. Bergman and Andy.
You wouldn't do. I'm surprised you wouldn't do it.
I didn't give an answer.
Oh, you didn't give an answer. What would you do?
I'd do it in a second.
It's $100 million.
I got $100 million. That's FU money. I'll dress however I want.
Brian's the only
Brian,
weirdo.
you're the only one. You're no bozo.
I mean, I am the youngest one. 10 years is a long time.
10 years is the same amount of time for us it is
10
for
years
you.
doesn't change.
Your
I don't know what
10
they
years-
based on your age.
Your
but
10
it's a little
years
different. I
are
don't
the
know.
same.
I disagree with that.
10 years
Explain.
is 10 years.
I mean, as a younger person, you could do a lot more in 10 years than somebody might get. You know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Yeah, so you're talking about you're giving up your fun years.
Right, yes.
When do the fun years end? Well, when's the fun, carefree end?
When you want it to.
Yeah, but where's yours? Where was
The
yours?
minute you
I'm
have a
still
child.
having fun.
The minute you have a child, I
The
get
minute
that.
you have
one.
a child. Because you no longer get to live your life 100% for yourself.
Sure, until they turn 18. Well, even then, you're still.
And you know
doing it
what?
for
That's
them.
the perfect time to be in the clown gear. Because
Right.
for 10 of those 18
Right.
years, it ain't your own life anyway.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You get to walk Riley down the aisle dressed as a clown.
Like my daughter's 13. I could have been done with this by now.
True.
If I'd had this opportunity, I could have been done.
All right, there you have it.
It's a bargain.
There's your what is Luke Robitaille think? Exactly. All right, so you know who's going to be at the Coliseum? When do we have Ryan Abraham coming up? 2:15, 1:15, 2:15, 1:15,
2 o'clock, I think.
2 o'clock.
If we die, we die. We die.
That's who's at the Coliseum tomorrow. If we die, we die guy.
They died versus UCLA last week.
Yeah, they did. That's Matt Rule, the if we die,
2
we
weeks
die
ago.
guy. Yeah.
If we die, we die.
So he's at the Coliseum tomorrow with a new quarterback for USC. It is a guy named Jade Maeva, who I saw play in the Utah State game in limited time. He played like the fourth quarter of the Utah State game. I was there for that. He's a redshirt freshman. If you're a Trojan fan, you may not know this stuff. And he led UNLV to its most wins ever since 1984 and a first-ever appearance in the Mountain West Conference Championship game last year. Completed 63% of his passes for 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 10 picks, rushed for 277 on 73 carries, and ran for 3 touchdowns. So he is going to give that USC offense a dimension that they haven't had with Miller Moss.
And a dimension that, at least theoretically, resembles more Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray, some of these other running quarterbacks that Lincoln Riley has had in the past and had success with.
What's interesting about I watched Caleb Williams play all of his games at USC, and the one thing that he did best was when everything broke down, he was able to find somebody. After the play was essentially over and he was scrambling and people were out of off platform, he was able to make a play. That's exactly what's screwing up in Chicago. You don't have that time. That's why one of the reasons why they're sacking him so much, and the offensive line is super questionable there. But at the same time, he's holding on to the ball for a really long time. That plays at the collegiate level. It doesn't play in the NFL.
Well, it can play at the collegiate at the pro level when you figure out how to do it. Like Kyler Murray is starting to figure out how to make this happen. Like Patrick Mahomes has made an entire career of it. Like Aaron Rodgers actually used to be pretty good at that. But you need the right ingredients around you, the right line around you, and you have to learn what is the art of doing this.
Right.
Like how do I scramble but eventually figure out what I'm actually looking for?
Right.
Like all of that stuff takes experience.
Yes, it does, and he'll get there. I think he's got an unbelievable amount of talent. I think this is going to go down as a really, really great quarterback class that's come in this year. Obviously, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has been better than serviceable.
Drake May
in
looks
Denver.
solid.
Drake May. who the Rams will see on Sunday.
Yep.
He's been surprisingly good.
He's been really good the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's bad news for the Rams.
Yes.
They need
There's no other way to put that.
And they absolutely must win this game on Sunday. Absolutely must, or I think the season sails.
I mean, you're pretty close to that right now, but yes, you lose this game, you're done. It's over. There is no ability to get into the postseason.
And it's not so much the loss; it's who the loss is to.
Right. You've already lost to Chicago.
Yep.
You've already lost to Green Bay.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't play Green Bay.
Yes, we lost to Green Bay.
Chicago, Green Bay, and then if you lose to New England too, that's just...
Well, also too, to me, it's not just like the losses in the standings. There's potential opportunity cost losses.
What does that mean?
Because if, say, what was the game that they won a couple weeks ago that we thought at the time may have saved the season?
It was Seahawks game?
Yeah.
Or the Vikings game. The Thursday night Vikings game?
The one where Nakua and Kupp were both
That was
back.
the Vikings game,
Right.
yeah.
That game, had they have lost, I'm not saying that they definitely trade Cooper Kupp, but at that point they're listening. Like they're listening to offers. Like you have to at least listen. And once they won that game, nobody's calling the Rams because the Rams are still potentially in a playoff hunt. So if they end up not taking those calls on Kupp because nobody's calling because everyone assumes they're going to be in the playoffs or try, and then don't make the playoffs, there's your opportunity cost loss.
Right. By the way, you're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, a good Karma Brands radio station. So they've got Patriots got to win to go 5-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eagles chalk that up as a loss, 5-6. Saints call that a win, 6-6. Bills call that a loss, 6-7. Then you close with Niners, Jets, Cardinals, Seahawks. It's tough. It's way uphill.
But at least, though, it's an opportunity to move up in your division. Like they have a direct opportunity to move up.
Yes. All right, coming up next for you. Oh, I got a note on Drake May. A very well-known NFL analyst says, look out. Plus, one of the all-time...
Look out?
Look out. That's what he says. Look out. Plus, one of the all-time great play-by-play guys is defending his annoying color analyst. That's coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland. It's F It Friday on 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Back Monday at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Again, remember, super fancy restaurant. So I go in, and it's got one of those toilets, those fancy toilets, because it's a fancy place, where it opens up the lid for you.
Oh, wow.
Right? Well, here's the point of all of this. The name of the story is the hot toilet seat. I sit down right on it. I don't put toilet paper down. I don't put down. And when I sat down, gosh, this thing feels good. It's kind of warm. Wow, they've got like a heated toilet seat. The longer you sit on it,
you're sweating.
The hotter it gets. Today, I'll put my pants down right now and show you guys. I have 4th-degree burns on both hamstrings and it's like a full-on red thing.
Now, if I stand behind you, so the camera doesn't, will you show me?
Here, switch. It was
just show me.
Then it got a little hotter.
Show me.
Then
Don't turn towards the camera.
Then it got a little.
Let me just see a little bit.
Can you take a look? Can you see this?
Oh, that is
Can
red.
you see that?
Oh, that's red.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hon, I was doing our bills today and noticed something quite alarming. We're paying a ton of interest on our credit cards. We owe $20,000 on one with a rate of 24 and $15,000 on another with a rate of 29. The rate calculation is buried in the fine print.
Bob and Liz at the office told me they had the same issue, so they called the loan exchange. Bob refinanced and paid off $50,000 in credit cards, and Liz got a home equity line and paid off $30,000.
That makes sense. I'll call the loan exchange and get rid of these ridiculous credit card rates.
17 days later.
Hon, we closed with the loan exchange today, and I found out the interest in our refi is tax deductible. I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. Every day we were lighting money on fire by paying those crazy credit card rates.
Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's 855-752-9944 or theloanexchange.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good Karma Brands radio station.
It is Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason in Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's up, people? Andy Kamenetsky is in for John. We think John's going to check in a little bit later. Bergman's here, and Brian's here, and no Laura today.
She's in the other room learning how to do USC basketball, men's and women's.
Okay, good.
She's here. You want to say hi?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
All right. So tonight it's Lakers versus Spurs in San Antonio, and this is the first step towards a second consecutive in-season tournament cup. The NBA Cup is up for grabs once again, and can the Lakers repeat as NBA Cup titleists?
You know what they are right now? They're the hunted.
They are the hunted.
They are the hunted.
They are the hunted.
There's 29 other hunters out there.
Yep. So I watched part of San Antonio's game the other night because I had something on Sleeper with Wembanyama.
I hope you took the more than.
Yeah, I did have the more than. Wembanyama is, for the year, averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 blocks. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So here he is over his last 3 games. 36 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks, shooting 59% from the field, and stand back, 54% from 3. He's shooting 54% from 3. He's gone 20 of 37 from 3 in his last 3 games. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was at the facility last week when it was after a G League practice because I did an interview, a sit-down with Zach Guthrie, the new South Bay coach, for Lakers Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Every week, obviously,
Sure.
here. But some of the players were coming out.
Is there a
before.
YouTube component?
There is a YouTube
okay,
component.
good.
There is a YouTube
Got
component as well. But some of the players are made available. And Armel Traore, who's on the 2-way contract with the Lakers, he grew up playing with Wembanyama. And I actually asked him, you've been around this for a long time, the Wembanyama experience. At some point, does he stop feeling like an alien to you? Like someone who's seen it for so long? And in so many words, his answer was no.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
No. Like, what he's doing is insane.
Yeah, and obviously, the thing that blows me is the block shots. He is, we always say Anthony Davis is unbelievably disruptive. I don't know how much bigger the wingspan is on Victor Wembanyama, but he blocks everything in the neighborhood. Everything.
It's crazy.
I saw a play where he was underneath the basket. God, I forgot who it was, but they went up. Victor went up to try and block a shot. The guy pump faked, spun around. Victor went back up with his other hand and blocked him again. He's always available. It was just insane.
Okay,
it shouldn't be able to happen.
You just asked about the wingspan between AD
and
versus
Wemby.
Wembanyama. AD's is, according to what I just looked up, 7'6". Wembanyama 8 feet.
Wow.
My goodness.
8 feet.
8 feet.
And at 8'3", it's really good.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we get to see him tonight. He's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
By the way, he and Anthony Davis have met 2 times. Lakers going to throw all that size at him. Anthony Davis.
Hey, Christian Koloko would like a
I
word.
forgot about Christian Koloko. Go
like a
use
word.
your fouls. Go use your fouls. So they've met twice, and honestly, I think it's pretty much a draw. I've got Anthony Davis in one meeting, 37-10 and 4 steals versus Wembanyama, 30-13, 2 assists, 6 blocks. 6 blocks. And AD's second game, 28 points and 13 rebounds, and Wemby, 27 points and 10 rebounds and 5 blocks. The blocks are the thing that jump out.
The lowest point total that Wemby had last year, because the Lakers and Spurs played 3 times, was the one game AD didn't play. Like, Jackson Hayes is apparently the Wemby stopper.
Right.
He's not available tonight.
Not available.
He's not available.
Yeah, I think this is they're looking to win on the road. They have not been able to win on the road. They've got obviously San Antonio tonight, and then is New Orleans a cup game? I can't keep track of these cup games.
Tonight, if it's a Tuesday or a Friday, it is a cup game.
So this is a cup game.
This is a cup game.
And how close are we to getting back to Vegas to defend our title?
This is the first cup game they will.
The first step.
Yeah.
First step of many.
Yes. All right, so I mentioned this, the guy that said, look out.
Look out.
Look out. The guy who said, look out, he says the best quarterback in the league of this class is going to be Drake May. This person is John Gruden.
Oh.
Says, this is what he says about Drake May. He is going to be a superstar. He is going to be everything the New England Patriots are looking for. 5-star badass. He's a horseman. I love him. Now, first of all, I didn't realize John Gruden is back out there and doing stuff.
He just joined the Barstool Network.
Is that what it is? Okay, so
Yes.
he's part of Barstool.
He does
That's apparently
videos.
where
I
he
think
said
we
that.
put them in one time. He says some weird stuff on his videos.
Does he?
What is a horseman?
No, not a horseman.
He's a horse.
He's a horse, man. He's a horseman.
That's what I thought you
not a
said. I
horseman.
was like, what is
He's
that?
a horseman.
I don't know what that means. and it made sense, though, because Greg just said Gruden said weird things.
He does.
Calling Drake May a
horseman.
horseman would
Yeah.
be weird.
Which I believe a horseman is a centaur. Is it not?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I believe it's a centaur,
Or a
right?
Bojack.
Yeah, centaur. Yeah,
Or a
100%.
Bojack.
Horseman. Or Bojack.
Bojack
yeah.
Horseman, yeah.
Bojack Horseman. So he says Drake May, and again, we're going to see him on Sunday. What's weird is the Rams are 4.5-point favorites coming off a really, really awful performance against Miami. Terrible.
Yeah.
That was when we look back at this season, we're going to say, damn the Chicago game and damn the Miami game. Those are the two where they really had the game.
I guess the explanation is just the Rams have a winning record at home, one game above 500, but winning nonetheless, and the Patriots with, a horse man as their quarterback, they are still below 500 on the road.
Right. The Rams really got to get it together on the offensive line on Sunday. Yeah. They juggled everything. Now Joe Noteboom is out, which means I don't know who's going to play right tackle. Jonah Jackson I don't know if he's going to be the center. His snaps were really inconsistent. Do you move Steve Avila back to center because that's the position he played at TCU?
I could swear this morning I thought I heard DeMarco say that he thought that Avila could be the odd man out.
Impossible.
I thought that's what he said. Maybe I misheard it, but either Avila or Noteboom, one or the other would be odd man out entirely.
Noteboom's hurt.
Then I think it was Avila. I think it was actually Avila. So I'm going to text him. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, text him because they're out of guys at that point. I mean, you got Alaric Jackson, you got Steve Avila at guard.
Wait, Alaric is hurt, no? Oh no, he's back.
He's at left tackle. Yep. Avila at guard, Jonah Jackson at center, Dotson at right tackle or right guard, and then right tackle. Noteboom's hurt, and so is Rob Havenstein. So I don't know how they're going to juggle that. But they were just cleaning up on. They were getting to Matthew Stafford off that right side all night long against the Miami Dolphins on Monday night.
Hey, do you want to hear what John Gruden sounds like now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Like watching Jared Goff go 18 for 18, 292 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Got me feeling icy.
I couldn't do that pregame warm-up. Like Pat Mahomes going 5 for 5 in overtime.
Got me feeling icy.
Don't lose the toss to Mahomes, or you're dead.
So he's still out there,
Sean
still doing
Tucker,
this thing.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who is this guy?
Tampa Bay
Over 100
Buccaneers.
yards, 9.7 yards a carry. Ric Flair would love you. Wow!
So
you should see what he's doing in the video.
Is he crazy?
Just show him the video in the break. We'll show you the video. He's like moving his head back and forth, and he's like losing his mind. His face gets all tight. It's actually
really.
It's very. Turn it to them and play it again. Sorry, it's just so weird. what
Okay,
he's
so
doing.
we're looking. Okay,
You
now
see it?
play it. Here's John Gruden. He's acting weird.
Go 18 for 18, 292 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Got me feeling icy.
I couldn't do that pregame warm-up.
He's like going on. His head's moving
Like
back
Pat
and
Mahomes
forth.
going 5 for 5 in overtime.
me
Mad
feeling icy.
scientist with like he looks like an arch villain. He's in the dark. There's just one light on his face.
Where were you
I
on the
believe it's
night
a
of
light bulb
January
swinging
13th?
back and forth.
Right.
And he is he's animated.
It seems like his gig that he used to have at ESPN, but if he'd had no media training whatsoever.
Correct. Yeah, he's like he's broken all the rules he just threw out. I'm just going to do whatever.
Yeah. Like this looks like the same show he would be doing if he wasn't even sure anybody was watching.
Right.
Like he just was like we caught him ranting in his basement by himself. It would look exactly the same.
Yes, it would. Be like
it's ridiculous.
Bergman angry after a UCLA loss doing a straight to camera session.
It was like in 2018 when Dave Roberts pulled Rich Hill.
Oh!
And I went absolutely bananas on a postgame show.
Did you? Did you do it?
I just totally
But you didn't
lost
just
it.
do that. Like,
it was on a camera. It was on camera.
It was on camera.
Yeah, it was
okay.
on camera.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible. I went absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
When I was in my closet on my phone.
Oh, that's right. Those are the days of Bergman in the closet. I'm glad you came out of the closet.
I am too.
It was about time.
It took time, but I'm out now.
Yeah.
I'm going
to
go
you
gay.
longer.
What did Cappy say?
I'm going to go gay.
There you go. All right, coming up next. I teased this before. Teased this before. It is that easy. Trust me. It only took me 30 years.
Shohei is now naked.
There you go. So the top level play-by-play guy who is now defending his analyst. That's coming up next for you. Plus, we got Tyson Paul tonight. We haven't gotten into that, but we will. All that's coming up for you. Big Friday. I love Fridays. I love Fridays because it's always.
If we die, we die.
If we die, we die. No, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for this.
It's Friday.
Jason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum this Saturday as they take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Kickoff from the Coliseum at 1 p.m. Saturday's game is presented by United Airlines. And you'll hear all the coverage on 710 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app and KNX 1070 a.m. So when we go to Lakers basketball on 710 around 3:30, hear the rest of the coverage on KNX 1070 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app. That's this Saturday, USC Nebraska.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
Hey, football fans, what's better than cheering on your team with an ice-cold glass of Stella Rosa in hand? How about scoring the ultimate experience at the biggest college football game of the season with an ice-cold Stella Rosa in hand? That's right, Stella Rosa is giving you the chance to win 2 tickets, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. So what are you waiting for? Head to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter. Courtesy of Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
This is the Rams Report. Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams winning streak ends at 3 games after a 23-15 loss to the visiting Miami Dolphins. The Rams fall to 4-5 on the season. Up next, the New England Patriots in Week 11. Nothing went right for the Rams on offense. A very limited ground game, just 17 carries along the way for 70 yards. And Matthew Stafford, the yardage, not so bad. The results, not nearly good enough. 293 yards on 32 out of 46 passes. No touchdowns. He did have another interception for the game as well. The Rams defense did a pretty good job against the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, in particular against Tyreek Hill, who came in with just 3 catches for 16 yards. He did catch a touchdown, but just a 1-yarder along the way. Jared Verse, another sack, another strip sack. He continues his push to the Defensive Player of the Year award. Up next, the New England Patriots. With today's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor. Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib.
1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So, according to sources on the internet, when you send something out on Blue Sky, it is a skeet. How do we feel about
What?
that?
Oh, what is it?
A skeet.
Skeet? Like
Yes.
skeet?
Sky and tweet combined, a skeet.
That feels a little bit...
I would
forced.
I would recommend consulting the Urban Dictionary.
Right,
before-
exactly.
Yes.
Right. I would not call
that
it
a thing?
skeet. Skeet is.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, yeah, don't
connotation behind
elaborate. Don't elaborate. Skeet is a shooting sport.
It can be. It certainly can be.
That is one
Have you ever
way,
shot
that's
skeet?
one way.
Trapper skeet?
Have I shot skeet?
I have no idea what you guys are even
The
laughing
conversation between Andy and Mace are two totally different conversations.
I've got a child.
Well, wait a minute.
I love that Mace has absolutely no clue what you're even talking about.
Oh, my God. Well, that's not
Look
what
up
I was
Dave
talking
Chappelle.
about.
Look up Dave Chappelle's
I
skeet.
said
That was not what I was talking
I
about.
begged of you to go to the Urban Dictionary, Mace. I was being serious.
Right, but I did. I was asking about there are multiple skeets.
Well, as I said, that was certainly one definition.
Well, that's one.
But then,
there's the shooting sport skeet, and then
Sure.
there's what you send out on Blue Sky,
Yeah,
which is
some would say they're both. Some would say that they're both sports.
Yeah,
shooting
let's not
sports.
call it a
All right.
skeet. I think skeet is the wrong
is the
way
wrong
to go
word.
with that one.
Oh, and another thing. So we do What's Up Fool every day. And we got some feedback this week. You know, we like to have partners as sponsors of our features on the show, and What's Up Fool is one of our big ones. And apparently, they're unable to sell it because nobody knows what What's Up Fool means.
Well, it's part of it.
So it used to be Fast Track, then it became
Jump
Bobcat,
Ball.
then it became Jump Ball.
So Fast Track and Bobcat were two totally separate
things. Yeah,
So it was Jump Ball. It went to Bobcat. And then it
I
went
miss
to What's Up
Bobcat.
Fool.
Bobcat was great.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry.
Bobcat.
But do we need
my
a
mom.
better name for this?
Go back to Jump Ball. Who cares?
Well, no, because they said "What's Up, Fool?" They can't get it
I know.
sponsored.
Call it Jump Ball.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I kind of I was.
That was your idea.
I was going to crowdsource this.
Okay, we can.
Send me a skeet.
It's not what you want.
Okay.
Andy's losing.
Oh, now I know the game. Okay. So, if you were to make NFL analyst power rankings, who would be your number one?
NFL analyst? Off the top of my head, Mina Kimes. I think
She's
Mina's
the best.
fantastic.
Okay, but wait a minute. I'm talking about like in-game.
Oh.
In-game.
In-game doing the color analyst
I like Greg
work.
Olson a lot.
Greg Olson's number 3 for me.
Collinsworth is probably up there still.
Number one. I think he's the best of the
I think
best
he's still
of the best.
very good.
He's terrific.
He can polarize a lot of people, but I think he's really good.
I still like Troy Aikman. He can be a little dry at times.
I've got him at number 2. I go Collinsworth, Aikman, Olsen.
Yeah, those are probably the best 3.
You know who I just heard recently, and I tweeted this out, and apparently a lot of people don't like him either, but I liked him. Jonathan Vilma.
I've heard Jonathan Vilma.
I think he's
game.
really good.
Yeah, he was good. I forget which game he was doing, but I remember seeing
he was
him
doing one over the weekend because I remember being like,
I think he did the Charger game.
Yeah, I was like, who is that?
I had a sleeper parlay on that game.
Got to check in.
I was just rooting for somebody to less than. I would say the worst is Romo. Do we all agree that the worst is Romo?
Yeah, he's bad.
He's awful.
I feel like maybe has gotten better. Someone has gotten into his ear. Doesn't talk as much.
Well, for a while there, it came out that he wasn't well prepared for games and all that stuff. Right. Now, Jim Nantz went on an SI podcast here, and he says he was asked if Romo is improving. And he says, improvement is kind of a hard thing to define because you do the reps and the experience and what feels right leads you there. So it's a little unfair for him to sit and try to evaluate that. I can evaluate it. And whether he realizes it or not, he's growing. And every great broadcaster does that. He's a great broadcaster. He's going to have a long career, and I love the partnership. I'm so proud of Tony. It's his 8th year.
I wonder if in the beginning, and maybe this is what was holding back Romo or leading to talk too much or seeming unprepared. Remember in the beginning, everyone made such a big deal out of
predicting the plays.
Right, he could predict the play, he can anticipate everything. And if you start really making that your thing, then the reality is you don't actually need to do as much prep and as much background or whatever. What your thing is just predicting what's going to happen before it happens.
Right.
And maybe now that thing wore old and it's like, no, Tony, we need you to actually do more work leading up to this. If this was actually a thing for Tony Romo.
Right. Yeah, I don't think – I just think he talks too much. I think the volume of talk – and by the way, we're going to have to suffer through Buffalo and Kansas City this weekend, and Romo and Nantz are doing that game, so you got to deal with Romo. It always affects my – I can't stand when Romo's doing a game.
Wow. Did you ever like him?
No. I disliked him from the very beginning. I thought the whole predicting plays – I think he batted 500 on calling plays before they happened. And now he doesn't let Jim get a word in edgewise.
Well, you know what's funny is when you're saying that he only batted 500, it's not that impressive. What makes it seem impressive is nobody else is doing it. So if you're even batting just 500, but you're the only guy doing this, then you seem like a genius.
Oh, no, here comes the screen, Jim. That's too much. It's too much. And I don't think he does it. He doesn't do a lot of predicting
I don't
anymore.
think he does anymore.
I think he gave up the prediction bit. All right, coming up next for you, I want to get to a couple things. First of all, either on Blue Sky or on Twitter at Venice Mace, we got to rename What's Up Fool. Come up with something cool.
People are just saying, just bring back Fast Track.
Yeah. It's like so.
It's old, and it's also Fast Track was just not the same.
So 2020.
Although
we did Fast. Yeah, 2020. When during the pandemic, we were doing Fast Track every day for a full hour.
Oh, that's right.
We did a full hour of Fast Track every day during the pandemic.
I remember that.
Way too much.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, honestly, what was good then? I don't even during that pandemic time. I think I lost my ability to recognize what good radio is.
I don't know what it is now. So,
I know this. We're killing it today. I mean today's good radio.
The Skeet conversation was great.
Oh, it's terrific for some. All right,
earmark that for the Mandy's.
Oh yeah, for sure. Coming up next, there was a national survey thing about best Thanksgiving side dishes. So I thought we'd take a break and we'd do that coming up. Also, we're going to do some Lakers versus San Antonio, first game of the Cup, which is tonight. It's Friday. It's Friday. I love that. Alex downstairs is so excited it's Friday. Alex is our guy downstairs who runs our security operation here. It's tight, super tight security. Alex is a huge P1 listener.
Loves.
First thing I hear when I walk in the door every day is about something I did yesterday. I like yesterday when you said He's great.
He always without fail says, "Have a great show."
He does say, "Have a great show," yeah, because he has to listen to it afterwards, so he wants it to be great. All right,
like, no, really, have a good show.
Seriously,
I
do
have
it.
to listen.
Yes. All right, Thanksgiving coming up. National survey, best Thanksgiving sides. Oh man, I got really interesting stuff coming up. Stay tuned. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
My office has its ups and downs.
I share my office. But no matter what kind of office you have, one thing's for certain. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast, and you can invite your top choices to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, for any kind of office.
I'm really going places in my office.
My office has everything you could ever want.
Count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, so this is Sabrina Carpenter, I think, right? Is she playing? I think she's playing
at Crypto tonight. Yep.
Tonight, is it?
Tonight, yeah. There's people already lined up too.
Pepe Mantilla going to Sabrina Carpenter tonight. He goes to every concert.
He does.
He gets around. All right, so interestingly, we were talking about What's Up Fool and potentially renaming What's Up Fool. So I did the natural thing because it's Year of Our Lord 2024. I went to ChatGPT. I wrote in this question: what is a new name for a radio feature called What's Up Fool? Here are the options. It gave me 20 potential names. What's good?
It's close. Right on brand.
Talking about it.
Talking about it? No, I don't like it.
Okay.
What's good, man?
What's good, man?
To go the very white way.
How about the scoop? Do we have something called the scoop?
I think there was something.
I
You
think there
used
was
to have something called the
I
scoop.
don't think I did.
No, on this show, I think there was something called the
Was there?
scoop. It was terrible.
Word on the street?
No.
No. Vibe check? No, absolutely not.
Did you know? What about did you know?
You like vibe check? How about chit chat and banter?
They're getting worse.
Yeah, these are getting worse.
Holla back.
Put young in at the end.
Real talk radio.
Could you imagine Ireland saying holla back?
Oh God, it's
Holler
worth
back.
it just to
By
hear
the way-
him say it.
What's up, players?
By Ireland, we've renamed what's full holla back.
Just say it over, and then have Michael do it too.
Oh,
God, we
yeah.
can go back and forth.
Holla back.
How about buzz and banter?
Buzz and banter is terrible.
The lowdown.
No.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
What about did you know?
No, don't we have a did you know?
No, that's
What you need to know.
no. It's what you need to know.
Having trouble
Is
renaming.
what you need to know, and hey, did you see?
They've all been used. They're all the same bit, and they've all been used. How about mic drop moments? No.
Makes no sense.
The daily drop.
Still makes no sense.
I don't know. We're dropping information. No?
No, I don't like it.
How about the haps?
Again,
H-A-P-S.
Ireland saying the haps would be
Time
fantastic.
for the haps.
This segment, though, in 2004 would have been called Hollaback because
Holla
that's
Back,
when
yeah.
Hollaback Girl was big.
Yep.
It
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been called the
Yeah.
Hollaback.
How about the rundown? It seems so generic, doesn't it?
Yes.
The
Too
rundown.
generic. Yeah.
How about FYI and fly? This is Chat GPT coming.
FYI and fly.
FYI and fly.
FYI by itself might not be
FYI
terrible.
is not terrible.
What's the difference between FYI and did you know?
There's maybe
One
you
has
can
been
sell
used before
one.
and the other has.
maybe the MCs will say, "Oh yeah, no, we can sell that."
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to come up with a name. Honestly, we're going to sell it, and they're going to be like, just call it this.
Really,
Be like, okay, that's fine.
What we should be banding about is who do we want to sponsor this thing,
Right,
and then,
and then name it after that.
We'll figure it out then. Let's get the sponsor first, and then pick up the name.
And then we'll name the
Yeah.
whole feature after.
And really,
the
you can
sponsor.
call it whatever you want
Right.
and say brought to you by blank,
Right.
sponsored by blank,
Yeah.
powered
Okay.
by
really
blank.
letting people know how the sausage is made.
This
right
really
here.
is.
Yeah.
This really is.
100%.
By the way, they're all the same bit, and they have different names on every show.
Based
Let's
on
just-
sponsors often.
Let's just call it Radio Bumble.
Radio Bumble. Does Bumble make a sound?
The B.
Make a Z. All right, that's fine. So, anyways, there's that.
Come on now.
Okay, there was something important that was. Oh yeah, you were texting with DeMarco.
Yes.
Okay, so I was figuring out the offensive line because Havenstein is hurt and Noteboom is not likely to play. So who plays right tackle?
Yeah, because remember I told you, I thought that DeMarco had said that he thought with certain configurations that Ava could be the odd man out.
Right.
Here's what he had to say.
Okay.
Limmer might start at center.
Okay, that makes sense. The
Jackson at left guard.
Yep.
Then I asked
That's
him
his
who's-
natural position.
I said, who's right tackle with Noteboom and Havenstein both out? He said,
McClendon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
So there's where you end up with the scenario where Avila is the odd man out.
So it goes McClendon, Dotson, Limmer, Jackson.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, that's what we're going to see. Limmer was really, a rookie was excellent at center.
He's not saying for sure that's what we're going to see. This is the scenario I think that DeMarco is laying out as possible.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll keep track of that. The Rams 4.5-point favorites at New England on Sunday. And by the way, the UCLA Bruins are playing tonight.
Yes, they are.
And they are performing better than anybody who could have expected, I think, at this point. Would you say, Bergman?
100%. They have 4 wins with 3 games left. Absolutely. No matter what, they can. If they win 2 of the next 3 games, they're going to a bowl game, which is weird because USC, if they win 2 of the next 3 games, they're going to the bowl game, means 2 totally different things.
Right. I think the UCLA is like, woohoo.
Yeah, no, we're ecstatic.
And USC is like disastrous
This is awful.
meltdown. This
Yeah.
is the worst thing that's happened in years.
We were talking about before the
It
show.
is true.
We were talking about before the show, like how winning the press conference may not really mean a thing because remember, Deshaun Foster lost his opening press conference badly. He was just awful.
Yeah,
in
he
it.
was screwed up.
But
in that.
once you get on the field, he is exceeding expectations.
Absolutely.
Lincoln Riley, when he first was brought in, that is winning the press conference.
Yeah.
And it's been increasingly downhill under Lincoln Riley.
Yes.
So is it, I mean, for UCLA, if you just look at their losses are to the number 1, 2, 4, 6 teams in the Big Ten, and also LSU, who's ranked as well. I don't know where they are now. I don't remember if they won or lost last week. But either way, so that's a ranked team. So 3 ranked teams, and their worst loss is Minnesota.
Yeah, so what you're
that's
going
not
for
bad.
6-6 in a bowl game, right?
That would be beyond what anybody thought. We were saying that 3 wins would have been like a massive win for them. So if they can get to 6, and the teams they lost to were good.
Yeah.
Overall, they lost to good teams and they beat the bad teams.
Yeah, they lost to Indiana, LSU, Oregon, Penn State, and Minnesota.
Yeah, those are the 1, 2, 4, 6, and ranked teams. That's
and then
all.
Beat Rutgers, Nebraska, Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa is the 5th ranked team in the Big Ten. They actually beat a highly ranked team in the Big Ten, which USC has not.
And USC is just going nowhere. Yeah. And I'm half of me is like, screw the bowl game. Then the other half of me is like, no, because you lose all that practice time you get when you lead up to a bowl game, and that can be player development time. So it's much better to be at a bowl game.
Yeah, you do want that. But you really want Lincoln Riley gone at this point,
I want
right?
him gone, yeah.
So you guys keep
I'm
talking
done.
about the idea of that $90 million that he's
right.
owed.
His buyout would be $91 million.
And then you keep saying over and over again, well, would the $91 million be worth it to go get a couple of players or to give to Lincoln Riley?
And I would say go get players.
Sure, but what if nobody wants to give that money to Lincoln Riley?
Well, this is the problem. The problem is alums and NIL collectives, they make a contribution based on how they feel about the team, the program, the direction, the head coach.
It's a bet on the future.
Right. And right now, I think I if I was a rich alum, I don't know that I'd be investing in Lincoln Riley.
So is that $91 million now better served going towards Lincoln Riley?
Here's a question I have, and maybe a stupid one, but I just don't know the answer.
Okay.
Does the $91 million buyout increasingly get smaller each year?
Yeah, it gets smaller every year.
And do we know how by how much amount per year?
No. Is this a pop quiz? I have no idea.
No, because I'm thinking about when it becomes cost effective,
right,
to buy out Lincoln Riley. Like, what's the amount that
feels
feels
like too much? Well, the biggest buyout there's ever been apparently was Jimbo Fisher, $75 million.
Right.
That's the biggest there's ever been.
It's really, it's most likely he's not going to be.
No, I don't think he's going to. And I'll tell you what, they better buy better players because in the end, the high payroll teams are the ones that are winning.
Right, but you're not going to be a high payroll team next year if you could keep Lincoln Riley. It's a very vicious circle.
More. Just pay more.
But nobody wants to give them the money.
Michigan and LSU are fighting over a quarterback right now. One's offering $10 million.
But they feel like under Lincoln Riley, it's going to be a bad investment. That's the problem.
Offer 11, and you get the kid. They're just going to go where the money is.
But they don't want to give the money to somebody like Lincoln Riley that is proving year after year that he is not a good enough head coach at USC.
It's an excellent subject. It's an excellent conversation, and Ryan Abraham's going to join us at 2, and we'll get into it with him.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're going to do some What's Up Fool or some Jump Ball or some Bobcat or some Fast Track.
Someone in the YouTube
some
chat
Hollaback
said call it Just Do It. Juicy. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to stop myself.
Yeah,
not be Ron Burgundy.
Not
Just Do It segment brought to you by Nike.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's do
that.
So
based on the partner, that's how we name it. It's the slogan.
Right.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Okay.
Nike, come calling.
There you go. Nike's all we need.
Think they got money?
Several dollars, although most of it is going to players for Oregon. All right, so
and the other part's going to LeBron.
And exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know I love my Hyundai, and right now is the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. So when I partnered up with Hyundai, I immediately said, I want to drive everything because I'm going to buy one of these cars. So I drove the Tucson and the Kona and the Santa Fe, the Ioniq 5, which is amazing, really great EV. I ended up coming down to either the Sonata or the Elantra, and I went Elantra because I like the hybrid. There's a button in there, sport mode, where you can just go, as Pepe would say, zoom, zoom, zoom. And right now you can find a deal to celebrate this season. Every Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Visit HyundaiUSA.com, or even better, see your nearest SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Test drive your next Hyundai during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum this Saturday as they take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Kickoff from the Coliseum at 1 p.m. Saturday's game is presented by United Airlines, and you'll hear all the coverage on 710 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app and KNX 1070 a.m. So when we go to Lakers basketball on 710 around 3:30, hear the rest of the coverage on KNX 1070 AM and the all-new ESPN LA app. That's this Saturday, USC Nebraska.
Los Angeles, your Rams are back home for another primetime matchup under the lights of Sunday Night Football to take on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday, November 24th. All eyes will be on the Rams as Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams go head-to-head against Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. The stage is set for a primetime matchup you won't want to miss. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/PHI. Again, that is therams.com/PHI to watch your LA Rams face off against the Eagles on Sunday, November 24th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you going through a life change? Whether you're downsizing, inheriting a home, or ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs, no hassle. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Mathew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Mathew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic Cardinal and Gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days and style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismathew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to Morongo for 20 years of tons of fun and great food and good times. Happy anniversary to you. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
The 20th Anniversary Marketplace Monday Special starts the 25th. This all-you-can-eat extravaganza is all yours for only $20.
And the number one reason.
Take home an anniversary beer stein when you purchase a 68-ounce draft beer at any of our bars the 22nd.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. I have teamed up with Travis and DeMarco to tell you about personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand and his all-star legal team.
We've been talking about the law office of Joseph S. Normand for months, and they've helped listeners achieve maximum compensation that they deserve in an accident.
Getting into an accident can be scary and frustrating dealing with insurance companies. Let the Normand All-Star team handle it for you. Visit normandlegal.com or 213-747-2000.
The law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000.
FX's Grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here!
Courtney B. Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelsey.
There's no future after this.
FX's Grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate, it's friendship, it's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you very much, Brian. We're going to be changing that name eventually, but we don't
Holla
know
back!
what to do. Holla back! Maybe for a moment. We'll see. Okay, so Cowboys linebacker DeMarvion Overshone.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right. On this week's matchup against the Texans, according to John Machota. Too many names.
Yeah, there's
on the
a
Athletic.
record number of mispronunciations.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know the names at all, 100%. He says, even though it's a down year for us, we still run the state of Texas. Do you agree now that Houston's playing much better, that and everybody else that's in Texas, does the Cowboys still run the state of Texas?
100%.
Agreed.
They absolutely run the state of Texas. There is, every state has got one team that is like the team. Like I grew up in Ohio. Ohio State is the one team in Ohio. Everybody's an Ohio State fan, whether they went there or not. Texas, I think, is always going to be cowboy country. Who's claiming that it's not?
No, that he was just saying that because even though we have a down
Even
year,
though they're terrible,
yeah,
they're still
we still run this state.
Here's how I know. Every day I turn on the Get Up with Mike Greenberg, and he says the big D in Dallas stands for disaster or devastation, or as long as that's still a headline and he opens a segment with it, it means the Cowboys move the needle. Even when they're terrible, people follow the Cowboys.
Yeah. Stephen A. will debate the state of the Cowboys for the entirety of First Take.
Yes.
He's not doing that for the Texans.
Nope.
And I don't care if the Texans are like the clear Super Bowl favorite. He is still not doing that for the Texans.
Yeah, and by the way, the Cowboys haven't won anything significant in
the 90s.
30
yes,
years?
it is.
It's the 90s.
It is the early 90s.
Troy Aikman.
My wife
Emmett
is a diehard Cowboy fan.
Right.
And her family is all diehard Cowboy fans. And they're all from Texas.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that the entire state of Texas hinges on the Cowboys' success or failures.
Yeah, so basically it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Since they still...
I hear about it all the time. Do you remember, this is when we first started working together, my wife called in to complain about Tony Romo to you and me.
Anna, I remember that.
Called in, and you were like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, she was unbelievable. She went on, basically a 5-minute uninterrupted rant about Tony Romo.
Yeah,
she
that's
was
great.
so angry at him.
Yeah, she grabbed a vine. She swung on through.
She did. She grabbed.
She was phenomenal.
What's up, Foo?
She won. Didn't she win? What is Rome give away? Big call of the day? Or
we
huge
racked,
call of the
we
day?
racked her.
Did you rack her?
We
Yeah,
racked
that's
her.
important. Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so the story all over social media today seems to be the Pirates looking for the one-of-one Paul Skeens debut rookie card. So the card, the Topps collection card, it's got his MLB debut patch that he wore on the jersey on the card, and it's autographed. And it is only one of one, so only one of these cards out there. They're trying to get it back because they want to put it at PNC Park. They want to bring it home so that every fan that comes to the Pirates Park can come see this card.
So was it a Topps card, or who made the card?
Yeah, it is Topps. Yeah,
It is Topps.
It is Topps.
So,
yeah.
So they made a card of Paul Skeens with the patch
The
that
patch
he wore.
that he wore on his jersey, MLB debut.
And somebody just opening packages is going to find this?
Yes, the one-of-one card. So,
Wow.
there's no real price out there yet. It's on. Tried to see if somebody even, posted, like, oh, they have found it. Nothing yet. But the Pirates want the card, so they're offering 2 season tickets behind home plate for 30 years.
Wow.
You and up to 30 friends, a softball game with the Pirate players and alum coaching.
Okay.
You could take batting practice before a game with the team. And if that wasn't enough for you, Livy Dunn, Paul Skeen's girlfriend, even came out and said, hey, you can watch a couple games in my suite. So if you pulled this card, are you going to hold on to it, or are you going to take the Pirates up on these 30 years and all these extra stuff?
Well, I learned my lesson because I said when Shohei hit number 50, I would have taken the $300,000 that the Dodgers offered me out the door, and the guy eventually sold for $3 million, I think.
Yeah,
$3
like
million? $4 million?
Yeah, Dodgers, take note. This is how you get the thing you want back. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work, but this is a serious offer. 2 seats behind home plate for 30 years.
Yeah.
The softball game, some type of autographed Ohtani thing. No, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to do it.
It really is kind of like a Willy Wonka situation.
Yes.
Like you're looking
Golden
for the
ticket.
magic ticket.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is a serious offer, whether the recipient takes it or not. That's serious.
My whole thing about the season ticket, though, is I believe you can pull this card anywhere. So I feel like that's more or less just for the people in, Pittsburgh area, the season tickets. So it's where it's like,
So you don't think it's specifically targeted at people in Pittsburgh? Like I couldn't pull it?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think you can.
They're hoping that the puller is in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Because if the puller's in Wyoming,
who cares about front row
most of this
seats?
price means nothing to them.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Now, do you have any baseball cards?
No.
I have so many baseball cards. I have no idea what to do with them. Do you have them, Brian?
I used to. There's a couple that I let go as gifts. Barry Bonds rookie card that was very good condition, and a Derek Jeter rookie card that I wish I had both of those back.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What are the most? I bought 200 Frank Thomas rookie cards from Leaf, and Beckett's has them valued at like $55, but there's no market for them. You can't sell them. I can't pay for things in
About
Frank Thomas rookie
200 of
cards. Yeah, about 200.
That's.
Yeah, this was.
What was the strategy behind 200? That feels like you're flooding your own market.
No, here's the strategy. And
Are
by
they
the
all
way,
the
the
same?
market was completely flooded. Yes, they were all the same.
They're the same rookie card.
So it's like
Rip
buying.
them up and
it
throw
was
them
like
away.
being a stock, right? So I could say, all right, I'm going to bet on Frank Thomas, and I ended up buying 200 rookie cards. Now that doesn't account for the 200 Ron Gant rookie cards that I did throw in the garbage. I was just picking out guys that I thought would be Hall of Famers, and he was one. I got a whole bunch of Griffeys. I got a several Ricky Hendersons. I've got a Tom Seaver, a Steve Carlton, Sandy Koufax baseball son.
But I don't collect baseball cards. I never have, so I don't truly know that culture.
Right.
But doesn't the fact that you are going after 200 of them
Yes.
in and of itself make it seem less scarce?
It's 100%, and that's why you can't take it to a card dealer and say, I got these
Right.
200 cards, because they flooded the market
Right.
with those
It's like
cards.
the way people talk about if the Treasury starts printing more money, the money starts becoming more worthless.
Right. So I would be
one of one.
One of one. That's got to be valuable, man. And I would definitely take the money and not take the Pirates deal.
Oh, Sam. Yeah.
What's up, fool?
But if it was with the Dodgers, I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
30
If
years
that was,
in the dugout club?
Right. Come
That's
on now.
a pretty good deal.
Again,
batting practice with Shohei? Come
Yeah.
on.
They
That's
really
amazing.
need this person to be either from Pittsburgh or at the very least like the East Coast.
Right.
Somewhere close to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Because otherwise, who needs front row seats to the Pirates?
What's up, fool?
So it was also announced yesterday that the Rays are going to be playing at the Yankees spring training stadium.
Yeah,
because
only
of the,
11,000 seats, huh?
Yeah, and this is due to the hurricane that damaged Tropicana Field.
Yep.
And they're saying it's not going to be ready for next year. So the whole thing, 11,000 seats. So that's two teams this year. Not the A's playing in Sacramento, another
Right.
like 10, 11,000 seat stadium. Seems kind of like unfair to the other teams. And I did look. The Dodgers do play in Tampa Bay next year in August.
Why
So there were
unfair to
3
the
games.
other teams?
I mean, because, for example, you're Dodgers, and let's say you're a Dodger fan in, Tampa, Florida.
Right.
You have a very slimmer chance of going to go see the team. Or if you're a Dodger player, you're used to these MLB.
I don't know if have you seen the attendance in Tampa?
Right. No,
You're
but,
fine.
They play before
But for
empty
the-
houses all the time.
Right, for the opposing teams, it's like you're getting downgraded to a
Right.
minor league or a.
See, I would argue it makes no difference because it's the Tampa stadium.
Yeah.
Like it was all opposing teams always had their first shot at these seats because whatever the Rays fans are, they're not buying them.
Well, and here's the thing. When all is said and done, Tampa wants a new stadium. They don't want to go back to the Trop, and they don't want to be in George Steinbrenner Stadium or whatever it is. They want a new deal. So maybe this is creating leverage for them to get that new stadium deal. Although, honestly, I just don't think Tampa supports baseball.
That was actually
They've won and won and won, and they do not support it.
There's been the rumors, for years about them being the other team to relocate too.
And Florida doesn't like taxes, period. Much less, I don't know if they're going to like their tax money if this is some type of like publicly funded thing.
Right.
Going to a stadium that they don't go to anyway.
So if the A's go to Vegas, where would Tampa go?
I know Nashville's been trying to get a team. They were
Nashville
like
has
a
been
hot,
trying.
hot item. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's done deal that the A's go to.
Yeah, they're
Vegas.
trying.
They're
They're
trying,
trying,
but that's I don't think that's done. So if Tampa Bay jumps in on it, they can probably take over Vegas.
By the way, here are the cities that would be considered by baseball as potential expansion cities. Nashville is number 1. Salt Lake is number 2. Portland, Montreal, Charlotte, San Antonio, Jacksonville. Did I say that with enough disdain?
The Jaguars are going to go to London where they're trying to get a baseball team.
Austin, Texas, San Jose, Columbus, Indianapolis, and Oklahoma City. So there are places where you could go. The A's are trying to work a stadium deal in Vegas, but it is not done as of right now, which is, as Greg pointed out there. All right, you got one more, Brian?
What's up,
Yeah, I got one more for you.
Okay.
So I was reading a Sports Illustrated article today that had Zion Williamson, another injury as the biggest what if in NBA in the last 10 years. And I kind of pose this question to you because he was so hyped coming out of even high school. I remember watching videos on YouTube of him in high school.
Right.
Is Zion now at that point where he is the biggest what if in his career?
No, because I think he's by what if standards to me, he's played too much and has had too much success. Like I think I'm going to look this up now. I think Zion has made like an All-NBA team. Like,
Zion did make an All-NBA team?
I'm checking now. I could be wrong about this, but I thought that he has.
Because he hasn't really had a clean season, has he?
He's made 2 All-Star teams.
Okay.
He's been. I feel like he has experienced too much success to be a total what if. He's got a career average of like 25 points per game. I consider like
by the way, he did play 70 games last year.
I consider like Greg Oden to be one of the ultimate what ifs because
what if is there a difference between a what if and a bust?
Well, because in Oden's case, it wasn't so much about talent.
Oh, it was about injury.
He could not stay on the floor.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that would be the difference between the what if and the bust is, skill versus the injuries, getting hurt.
Yeah, Zion is a very unique talent. I don't know that he's going to stay healthy. He's not going to play. I don't think Sunday the Lakers are in New Orleans.
He's definitely Saturday. He's definitely out.
Is it Saturday?
It's Saturday. It's basically Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, and a bunch of dudes you haven't heard of.
Right. So that game, New Orleans is Saturday. So it's a back-to-back.
Yeah, it's back-to-back, but against a team that's pretty decimated.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Coming up next for you, we were talking about USC and Lincoln Riley and NIL collective money and Nebraska tomorrow. The man, USCfootball.com, Ryan Abraham's going to join us next to chew through all of it. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another 3. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Did he?
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Black Friday savings start now at Cardinale Way Hyundai. These are brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid SEO convenience for just $369 a month for 36 months. Plus enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Cardinale Way Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or at CardinaleWayHyundai.com. $369 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Includes 10,000 miles per year plus tax, license, and fees. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 12/2/24.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, the USC Trojans back on the field at the Coliseum tomorrow versus Nebraska. And the Cornhuskers started out 5-1, but they've lost their last 3 games. Trojans 7.5-point favorite. And Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com going to join us here in a moment. We were talking about NIL money. We were talking about Lincoln Riley. We were talking about tomorrow's game and a quarterback change. And Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com is with us now. Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
Not too much. It's like winter here in Hermosa Beach, Mace. It's like wind is blowing. It's like maybe 50 degrees with the wind chill. It's a little crazy down here.
Wow. You gonna make it? You gonna survive?
I think we'll be okay. Hopefully, the Nebraska fans that are in town can handle the cold. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah. So we were talking. First of all, Jaden Maeva, quarterback change. I saw him play. He played a little bit in the Utah State game. Played a big chunk of the fourth quarter. Actually, I thought looked really good. What is the expectation for Jaden Maeva stepping in for Miller Moss tomorrow?
Yeah, he's a big-bodied guy, like 6'4", and he's definitely mobile. You saw him get that rushing touchdown in the Utah State game that you had mentioned. But he's also a guy that throws the ball down the field a little bit more. If you remember the last couple of years with Caleb Williams, USC was averaging 9 yards, or they were getting 9 yards an attempt, and this year it's closer to 7. So that's a significant difference when you're talking about throwing the football. And what we saw from Maeva last year at UNLV, it was closer to that 9 mark, and he does like to get the ball down the field. So there's a little bit of a gunslinger mentality, but he also brings that sense of ability. So it'll be interesting to see how much they're going to let him take off and run, if they're going to do more zone reads where he has an option to run it on a play. So I'm really curious to see how the offense changes, if at all, with Jaden Maeva under there.
If Maeva, Ryan, doesn't work for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be moving USC in the right direction, how much do you think, among fans, if nothing else, this ratcheted up the perception that Lincoln Riley cannot make an offense work unless he has a Heisman Trophy caliber, first overall pick caliber quarterback?
Yeah, he's had 3 of them already.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that's one of those things.
Well, but he also gets credit for developing those guys too.
He has. He's identified a lot of players, and I know some USC fans that are down on Lincoln Riley. They want to sort of poo-poo his track record, but he has an amazing track record for 8 years as a head coach, like what he's been able to do. And I think a lot of the fans really wanted to see Maeva come in here just because he was more mobile, and he fits the model that we've seen Lincoln Riley have for other quarterbacks. Like not everyone. Baker Mayfield probably not the most mobile, but he's pretty athletic and he can move around the pocket, I think, more than Miller Moss can. So I think a lot of people are expecting this to go a little bit better, but it's one of those things where if it goes well, then you're going to say, hey, why didn't you start this guy from the beginning? And if it goes poorly, then you're going to get on him again. So I don't know if Lincoln Riley's it's a kind of no-win situation, but I think he'd rather just have Maeva come in there and kind of tear it up and then deal with the people saying, see, you should have started him from the very beginning.
What does USC need to do? Okay, so let me reframe this. So this is my theory we were talking about a little bit earlier. USC is behind when it comes to NIL. Other schools are paying more. There's a battle between Michigan and LSU for a quarterback, and I think the bidding is up to $10 million on that. Does USC have that kind of money, or are alums unwilling to contribute because they're not Lincoln Riley believers?
So I think there's a little bit of that going on. But from what we've been told, they are actually doing a really nice job as far as the NIL fundraising stuff. I think USC has been, in general, a slow adopter when things would come along and, that there would be a change to the landscape. And this landscape's changed so much just in the last couple of years. It's changing weekly, But I think the money is there. They don't have as much as Oregon or like a Tennessee or Texas A&M.
Ohio State.
But they definitely they have the coffers, though, to go after guys. But there's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not just, hey, we have a pile of money. It's how are we going to use it? And I know they're in the process of trying to hire a general manager, which is something you need in college athletics now. And Oregon has a really good one, like Alabama has a really good one. I think USC is working to get there. So I think the money, the donors are there, but there's also could be potential fatigue because they're raising money for their new facilities. Every year you're raising money for a roster. And if you raise money for the roster and you don't do well, a lot of those donors are like, hey, well, where's my money going? So that's part of the general manager's job. It's return on investment, like being able to say, hey, you donated this. These are the players we acquired, and this is what it meant to us on the field. So it's a very complex factor, but the good thing is USC's raised some money. I'm just not sure if they've used it the most efficient ways lately.
That's actually, Ryan, what I wanted to ask you about. How good do you think this group is at just identifying talent in the NIL era? Because I imagine it's different than when it was more about just pure recruiting and getting an idea of who the player is, that sort of thing.
I think that's still a big factor, too. I mean, the relationships matter, being a relentless recruiter. And, we've seen some deficiencies with guys on the staff at USC lately. But I think as far as identifying guys, they've been on a lot of really big-name guys and had guys committed that end up decommitting. We've seen that a lot. So I think they've identified the right guys, being able to recruit them at the level you need to and then close at the end. I think that's probably where the biggest deficiencies have been.
So, my friends who are USC fans are all over Lincoln Riley. They're like, I'm like overdone with them. And I know there's a gigantic buyout. Is there anything that would happen in these last 3 games that would jeopardize Lincoln Riley coming back next year?
I mean, I think at this point, it's going to be up to Lincoln Riley. That if he wanted to go for some kind of NFL job or something, then I think that would be the only case. But, I mean, it's hard to blame your friends. He's definitely paid as one of the top 4 or 5 coaches in the country. And to lose, 5 games last year, and you've already lost 5 games this year, the best you're going to do is match your regular season record from last year. That's not good enough at USC. It's certainly not good enough if you have a head coach that's getting paid as much as Lincoln Riley is. So, I just don't think at this point, this early, it's only year 3 in his contract. It's a really long contract. And I don't blame USC for signing him to that at the time. I think it's really what, we saw Mel Tucker get a $95 million contract for 10 years. So to get Lincoln Riley, who had a lot of, Mel Tucker had 1 year at Colorado and got that kind of money, which is crazy. Right. Lincoln Riley had a track record. I get it, but it's not working out right now. So some combination of, hey, what are we going to do? How can we make this work? It's going to be an interesting offseason to see what they can do. But I don't think, Mace, if they wanted to fire him, I don't think they could at this point.
Okay. Go ahead, Andy.
My tell for whenever things aren't going well with Lincoln Riley and USC is Riley will start silly feuds with the media. Like, what is it that you think about his personality or this situation at SC that leads to this pattern?
You're right, and I think even this last one a couple weeks ago, I think it was after, maybe it was the Maryland. I forget which loss it was, but they
didn't talk to the media, right?
Yeah, they haven't made players available a lot when they've lost, which is kind of annoying. It's especially you travel. We've traveled a lot this year. I mean, gone to Maryland and Minnesota and Michigan, and and when you lose and they've lost all those games, not getting players available has been, frustrating because we're paying our way to get out there to cover these teams and, cover the team, and then you're not available. But I think there's been some frustration there. And some of that to me is like when you're trying to circle the wagons and what can we control? I mean, the media isn't causing you to lose these games. No. I don't know why that would be an issue. It's more internal, but sometimes it's just what happens. But yeah, we've sort of been on the wrong end of when USC loses, we tend to be on the wrong end of some of these.
All right, so they're going to win tomorrow?
I think so. I mean,
I guarantee you they had the lead in the fourth quarter, Ryan.
Every game, mate.
Every game.
Yeah. This is a reeling Nebraska team. They've lost 3 in a row too. UCLA went into Lincoln and beat them pretty good. So I feel like this is a game that USC needs to win, but they've made a change on their side too with Dana Holgorsen coming in and being the offensive coordinator. He's been on campus. He hasn't even seen him play a game yet, and he went from analyst to offensive coordinator. So there's some changes on both sides. I think USC they play better at home. So I think they're going to be able to take care of business at home. If you lose this one, I don't think there's any chance you're making a bowl game because you'd have to sweep, UCLA and Notre Dame. So
Right.
I think they're going to get the win, Mace, but who the hell knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'm excited to
Sorry
see
about
Maeva. I think that's going to be great, and I'm excited that we're going to lead in the fourth quarter, and it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. You're right. They are much better at home. They've only lost the one game they lost at home was the Penn State game, which was an overtime loss. So they do play better at home than they do on the road.
Yeah, a 14-point lead in that one, and I think what you said is a lot of what USC fans are thinking. There's at least some excitement. There was just nothing there until they made the quarterback change. So at least you can go in having some level of, okay, there's hope here. Maybe this is going to be great. So I think that's the level of excitement might be a little higher just because they made that quarterback change.
Okay, and a related question. Do you think the Tyson-Paul fight is rigged tonight, or do you think it's like a fair fight?
Oh, I can't imagine it being fair, but I want to watch it. I mean, that's what I grew up watching, seeing Tyson just beat the crap out of people. Like, oh my God, I have to see it. I'm not a big influencer guy, so I'm going to be rooting for Tyson all the way.
Me too. I'm rooting for Tyson. I just want to see him knock that kid on his ass. Just knock him out. All right, Rye, thanks for your input on the fight tonight. I'll be watching it along with you, and then tomorrow USC versus Nebraska at the Coliseum. Have a great weekend, man. Go Trojans.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, there's Ryan Abraham, USCfootball.com. Buddy of mine, Rajiv, just texted me. We were trying to rename What's Up, Fool. He had 3 ideas. The Pulse. What do we think of the Pulse?
Yeah.
How about
The View?
How about Culture Snap?
Culture Snap?
I don't even know what that would mean.
How about Culture Clash?
No.
How about Just the Snap?
The Snap?
Yeah.
No.
What's with him and the Snap?
He likes the Snap. Rajiv is big on the Snap.
That sounds like a failed 90s talk show.
Laura's
the
trying
Snap.
to do something to say hi to Laura.
Hi, Laura. Oh, she's like no on the Snap?
No on the Snap.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. How about that?
We can put snapping fingers.
Snapping fingers, sure.
Didn't we do that once?
All right. Coming up next for you, here's what I want. I do want to circle around to the fight, which I think a lot of people are going to be watching tonight. I would imagine could be one of the. All right.
I'm breaking in.
Break in.
So this is something that we can talk about on the way back. Shams Charania has just posted that the NBA is in serious discussions on a new 4-team tournament format for the 2025 All-Star Game. New 4-team tournament for the 2025 All-Star Game would consist of 3 teams of 8 All-Stars each and the winner of the Rising Stars game, sources said. League officials discussed the concepts in a competition committee meeting on Friday. So we can talk about that, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's good. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Plus, I got a little nugget on Dodgers starting pitching versus bullpen coming up, too. Alana Rizzo and Clint Pasillas were just talking about that. So we'll do that coming up as well. Mason in Ireland. Andy's in for John, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Martin Lawrence, the Y'all Know What It Is tour.
You know you gaining weight when you walk and you feel like somebody following you.
Friday, December 6th at Crypto.com Arena. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Hey, it's Cappy. Get ready to smile every mile with Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Lease a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Limited for just $284 a month for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. And if you're looking to sell your car, they'll pay you cash for it on the spot. Ocean Subaru off the 91 freeway. Visit oceansubaruoc.com.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. VIN S37011188. MSRP $36,558. Lease for 36 months, 10K miles. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. 0 security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 11/20/2024.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you've been thinking about selling your home, the real estate market is changing. Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is focused on the seller's needs and will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in days. No agents, no commissions. Getting your home ready to list can be expensive and complicated. You don't want a lot of people coming in and out of your house. Seller's Advantage makes the selling process easy so that the sellers walk away happy. They may even offer you a $10,000 advance to help with moving expenses. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or go to sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage. Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So we knew the NBA All-Star Game was going to change after last year, and now there's an outline for what it might look like. So this is Shams Charania. Seriously in discussion, the NBA is, on a tournament format for the 2025 All-Star Game. It will be a 4-team tournament. It consists of 3 teams of 8 All-Stars and the winners of the Rising Stars game. And this is a concept that they're dealing with as a way to replace what has become an exceedingly dull event, the NBA All-Star Game. Andy, what do you think of the solution, or at least this idea?
I think the approach is interesting. This is the big question, though, and it's yes or no, and this will determine whether or not it works.
Yes.
Will the players care?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer to that.
Because, like, the reason that the now NBA Cup, I think can work and will work is the players care.
Yes.
They care for 2 reasons. It counts for your regular season record and the extra money.
Right.
So it matters to these players. As long as it matters to the players, they will compete. The All-Star Game becomes problematic because I don't know if the winning the All-Star Game means anything to these guys anymore. And then in the meantime, they get worried about getting injured.
Right.
I don't know if
you're actually adding
a
game. So there are actually 3 games now at the All-Star Game.
Yeah. And also, too, the guys who are playing in this game are typically the ones that are doing most of the heavy lifting during the regular season anyway.
Tell you right now, I'm going to pick the Rising Stars team to win the game.
But that'll prove the whole point.
Correct, it will.
That
they don't care, and the Rising Stars will.
Yeah, they'll play defense.
I mean, this is one of the problems the NBA has. Like, in a lot of ways, it's too big for its own good. It's grown so much. And also, in the era of, like, social media and the internet and NBA packages, like, you don't need, as a small market player, the All-Star Game to promote yourself the way you used to. One of the reasons players cared a lot was, unless you were like a Laker or a Knick or a Bull, this was one of your big opportunities to be seen.
Right.
That doesn't exist anymore. So now the game, to be honest, is more of a pain in the ass to all the players in it.
Right.
Than something that they really need.
But the NBA is going to replace that revenue somehow. They're going to put something there. They're going to plant a flag because there's too much revenue associated with All-Star Weekend.
I think, and we'll see how this works. Maybe this is the secret sauce. They land on it.
Yeah.
I would scrap the game format and just come up with something that they would be competitive in. Like the 3-point shooting contest is still exciting.
Cool.
Yes, because the players involved care.
Yep.
And there's no worry about getting hurt.
Right.
So that's why they'll actually compete.
Right, but I mean that what you're talking about, they do that. I don't know, pass the ball, hit it through.
The skills competition.
I mean, that's not gonna.
Well, that ought to be killed regardless.
Yeah, that's.
Like,
but isn't that what you're suggesting? You're suggesting.
But that's lame.
Competitive, but events that you don't get hurt in.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I was there for Spencer Dinwiddie winning the All-Star Challenge at Crypto across the street.
I have made this suggestion before, and I'm honestly being serious. I would rather these guys play like high stakes cards, televised. Like we always hear about these card games on the team flights that get super heated and competitive. That to me would be more riveting. Watching these guys actually play cards for a purse and care than some all-star game that they're doing it out of obligation.
Well, and right now we don't know if they're going to chuck up the money. If you win, are you going to get paid? I mean, all that stuff is yet to be determined. But it's an interesting concept.
The concept itself, I think, is interesting. I'm just not sure it's going to
work. Bergman, you came up with you heard a new name for What's Up, Fool. What's your idea?
Yeah. So this is from Shane on Twitter. Says, call it the parlay. Brought to you by whatever it could be Prize Picks.
Sleeper.
Yeah, Sleeper. Could be anything. Makes sense when you think about it. Choose a hot topic and give your take on it. Pretty much the more or less of the airwaves. The parlay.
The parlay. I kind of like that. I still like Holla Back the best.
Well, that's just for Ireland.
That's just for Ireland. Is Ireland coming on in the next segment?
I don't know.
Maybe not. All right.
We'll find out.
Hey, let me tell you. The one other thing I wanted to get to. If you're a Dodger fan, it was announced today that Brusder Gratterall had shoulder surgery and will not be available until the second half of next year. Is that fair? Is that good characterization?
Yes, the second half. Correct.
Meanwhile, I thought this was interesting. Clint Pasillas and Alana Rizzo were talking about the Dodgers bullpen and Dustin May.
Would you put May in the bullpen? I'm not opposed to Dustin May in the bullpen.
I think his future as a big leaguer is in the bullpen. Nasty. I mean, he has absolutely nasty stuff with that two-seamer. Just have him focus on two pitches. Let it eat while you're out there. 3 outs, 6 outs, and dive, whatever it is. You don't need to try to extend to 4, 5, 6 innings. I think that's his real future here, and being part of that. Yeah. If maybe Blake Trinan doesn't come back, he can be an option there late in a game, or Dan Hudson replacement again. They're going to build him up. When by the time spring training rolls around, he will be built up. He will be, starting games in spring training. But I don't know that his long-term future. Like when we talked to Mark Pryor last April or whenever he joined us on the show, Mark had told us that whatever the team need is at the time is what Dustin May will do, and I think it'll be a lot more of the same in 2025.
Bergman, do you agree with that? Dustin May out of the bullpen?
I would love Dustin May out of the bullpen, especially as a closer. I think that's the best place for him. I totally agree with Clint Pasillas, by the way.
Yeah.
His stuff is built for a closer.
Right.
The amount of movement on it, the amount of spin that he puts on those, he just is not going to be able to keep that up over a lengthy period of time. And he's young.
You do potentially, I mean, I don't know if they're going to re-sign Blake Trinan or what it will take to re-sign Blake Trinan, but you do need to replace a couple of arms in the bullpen. Hudson retired. Kopech you still got down there.
Yeah, but even so, like even if you have to replace him, how long, even if you bring back Blake Trinan, how many more years you got him for? Is it another year, maybe 2 years? He kind of goes up and down year by year.
You know what? He's not great every year.
He's not. No, it's up and down. 1 year good, one
when
year
he's
bad.
Great,
and he's injured
he
for 2.
Is great.
When he's on, he's unhittable. But at some point, sometime it just depends on the year. Dustin May as a long-term closer, that type of role, would be fantastic.
It makes a lot of sense too. If you fear the injuries with May, and you feel like every season there's kind of like a clock on the amount of pitches you get out of him, reduce the pitches as your plan.
Yeah.
Like we're only going to look for so many out of May in the first place, as opposed to trying to make the starting thing happen.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll continue to follow, and they're looking at other starting pitchers out there. There are reports that maybe Corbin Burns is somebody they're talking to. Maybe Max Fried. Maybe Nathan Eovaldi, who's probably a tier below.
Garrett Crochet.
Garrett Crochet,
which I'm not too high on. He pitched his career innings.
He threw
last
148
year.
innings. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not that high on Crochet as everybody else is.
Yeah.
But I think he obviously would be good.
Okay.
I like Sasaki. We got enough.
Sasaki. There is somebody out there, some lesser Japanese news source that says the deal's already exactly. We don't know, but there is a Japanese tweet floating around out there that says the deal is done. All right. Hey, I spend every night playing Sleeper, literally every night. And this is my official daily fantasy app. You pick the players. You can mix sports. Go with more than or less than, and you can win real cash. And here's what I'm rolling with tonight, Andy. Tell me how you like this. It's a big one. Brian, you listen to this too. Okay, I won on this the other night. Alpi Şengün, double-double. Jalen Brunson more than 26.5 points. LeBron, double-double. Wemby, more than 2.5 blocks. Anthony Davis, double-double. Austin Reeves, more than 17.5.
And this is a parlay?
Yeah, this is a parlay.
Wow.
Yeah, what do you think? It pays 11.5 to 1. What do we think?
I feel like you should get more than 11.5 to 1.
I
if you
should.
manage
That
to hit
That should be a higher out.
That is hard.
Yeah, no, it's a hard one. It's hard. I am increasing the level of difficulty on my Sleeper games every single night. So they got a special offer right now. Download the Sleeper app, and new users get their first deposit matched up to $1,500. So deposit $1,500, you get an extra $1,500 in credit. If you've already played Sleeper, you know they've got discounted player projections every single week. Don't forget to check in, see what they got this week. What are you waiting for? Download the Sleeper app, play along with us, unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Use code 710. Your first deposit up to $1,500 gets matched. That's code 710. Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Guys, it's Cappy here, and let me talk to you about this issue of dealing with your homeowner's insurance. So your home floods, right? You have a big giant flood at your house, and you realize that the insurance adjuster is trying to pay you so little that you won't be able to repair the damage. That is when you call Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is a public insurance adjuster who is on your side. Look, you can try and negotiate with the insurance company yourself. I've tried. You're going to find out very quickly it is not that simple. Avner Gatt and his team negotiate on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome, not the insurance company. He and his team have been dealing with insurance companies for so many years. It's all they do. They've got the experience. They've got the industry know-how that you need on your side. Now, some of these folks used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team, and Avner Gatt himself has 20 years of experience in this industry. Avner Gatt has one of the largest teams of professional, licensed public adjusters in California, and yes, the size is important. Avner has a unique winning recipe for handling homeowners' insurance claims. No one, and I mean no one, messes around with Avner Gatt and his team. Call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or visit AvnerGatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. You call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to Morongo for 20 years of tons of fun and great food and good times. Happy anniversary to you. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
The 20th Anniversary Marketplace Monday Special starts the 25th. This all-you-can-eat extravaganza is all yours for only $20.
And the number one reason.
Take home an anniversary beer stein when you purchase a 16-ounce draft beer at any of our bars the 22nd.
Morongo. Good times.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, there is nobody in the world better at picking games, at least in our little contest, than Greg Bergman.
Am I still in the lead even after a bad week?
57% of your picks in the Big Five have been correct.
Go. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, Ireland's here. Ireland, what's up, man?
What's going on, people?
All is
Hi,
good.
John.
Ireland is 18-17. 51% of his picks are correct.
That is awful.
Laura's not here today.
bottles.
She's 51%. Brian, I mean, he's got a gift.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no, he is 15-25, 37%.
You are really good at this.
I am so glad none of us are professional gamblers.
Yeah.
We would all be either in jail or dead.
Let's face it, the best of all, nobody picks games quite like Pepe Mantilla.
0-5. He is
0-5 is
we gotta,
incredible.
Now, did you guys pick yet today?
No, we were waiting for you.
Okay, so is somebody going to call Pepe?
Oh, yeah, call Pepe.
Oh, you want me to call Pepe?
Yeah, call Pepe. Let's get him on for part of this because he's got a chance to make it 0-10.
I kind of like him at 0-5 and just
Yeah,
stay
well,
there.
yeah. So, Greg, if he doesn't pick up, just say, well, we called you. You're still winless.
And you're at 0.
We'll make him automatically 0-10 if he does not pick up.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let's do it. I got 5 games picked out here, and why don't we start with...
Are you waiting for me to call him, or are you going to go?
Well, we can just get his picks.
We'll get his picks.
Tell Laura to call him, to send him the games and send us his picks.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, here we go. Number 1, UCLA plus 4.5 at Washington. UCLA plus 4.5 at Washington, Ireland. Bruins are on a roll. What do you think?
I don't like the fact that it's at Washington, but I'm going to ride UCLA because they're on a 3-game winning streak. Give me the Bruins.
Okay, Bergman, I've already written down UCLA for you.
As you should have, because UCLA is actually better on the road this season than they are at home, and they're 3-2 on the road. Although Washington is undefeated at home, I like UCLA and the points.
Okay, the big answer is he of the 37% of his picks correct. Brian, which way are you going to go on
Nice.
this?
I'm going with Washington, baby.
Washington.
now I
All right,
feel
we
good
win.
about my pick.
Ireland, we got it.
God, that is so tough. I am going to go Washington also. Some part of me doesn't want the Bruins to win. And the last person here is Andy. Andy, what do you think? It's your first time picking games. What do you think?
I cannot go with UCLA. Washington, baby.
What do you mean you cannot go with UCLA? What's wrong with you?
Trojan. USC.
I
Yeah, he
know,
is a
but
Trojan.
it's not like we're a football school. You could pick us.
I never want to see you happy in anything.
There you go.
See,
All right.
me and Andy, this is why I appreciate you, Andy. I feel the same way about USC.
Excellent. All right.
As well you should.
Let's see. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are at the Coliseum against USC, and Nebraska's getting 7.5. I'll go first on this one. USC's 3-1 at home, and their only loss was to Penn State in overtime. Give me USC to win this game, and I'll lay the 7.5. Ireland.
I have a pie-in-the-face bet with a listener, but I texted him today. and he didn't text me. He wanted to back out of it. I don't know if we're on or not. I will also take USC. I don't like the hook, Mace. I think the hook might get us.
The hook
but
could.
I'll take USC.
Okay, USC. Bergman, I'm guessing you are going to take Nebraska?
Well, first of all, 7.5 points is too many for USC no matter what. None of their games
Nebraska
are that...
is reeling. They started out 5-1 and they've been losing ever
Greg,
since.
they lost to UCLA at home.
I know.
In Lincoln.
I know. But the fact is that USC doesn't beat teams by a lot of points. When they do win, it's always a small.
Right,
When
so
they
you're
lose,
taking
it's by
Nebraska.
choice. Yeah, give me the points.
Fine.
I want all the points.
Fine.
And also, it's USC, so yeah, points.
All right, let's see which way Brian goes.
If we die, we die.
Give me
not
Nebraska,
cool.
baby. Come
No!
on.
Oh, taking Nebraska.
Oh, God, I thought I had this one.
Well, good. That's a good sign. And Andy, which way are you going? Nebraska
lo-
plus 7.5. You're going USC.
I feel a lot better now taking SC.
Right.
7.5, too many points.
Bet
Too
against
much.
Brian.
Too
All right.
many points.
Let's go to the NFL. The Raiders, they used to be somebody. Plus 7.5 at Miami. That is a throwdown. Raiders getting 7.5 at Miami. Bergman, you are the last Raider fan standing. What do you think?
7.5 is a lot of points for Miami. I'm rooting for the number one overall pick is the problem.
So
but I'm going to take the Raiders.
Taking the Raiders. Okay.
And the points, yeah.
You always pick your favorite team,
Of course I do.
regardless of whether it's the right pick
This
or not.
isn't for real money.
No, you're
or
right.
any money.
All right, Ireland, you're a recovering Raiders fan. How do you like this? Raiders plus 7.5 at Miami.
Miami 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
Okay.
Again, a lot of points.
I am all over Miami in this. I just saw they're playing better, and they got a sniff of the playoffs, so I'm going to take Miami there and lay the 7.5. This is the litmus test. Brian.
I'm also on Miami.
Ooh,
Let's do it.
Good news for Bergman. And Andy, where are you going?
I think Miami's going to win, but I'm taking the Raiders to cover.
Raiders to cover.
Raiders to cover.
There you go, Andy.
Okay. All right, got 2 games left. One, the Cincinnati Bengals are getting 1 point at SoFi against the Chargers. This is Sunday Night Football night in America, right?
Yep, got flexed into Sunday Night Football.
So we'll start with you, Brian. I'm pretty sure you're going to go Chargers, right?
Oh, yeah, give me the Chargers. Haven't allowed 21 points all year.
It's
Give me the
basically a
Chargers.
pick. I'm Cincinnati plus 1. Ireland, what do you think?
Hardest game to pick. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers. Bergman.
I love the Bengals here. Absolutely love them. Joe Burrow's been on fire.
Andy.
I'm taking the Bengals. They are better on the road than at home, considerably.
In honor of Brian and in honor of my friend Logan from the gym, I'm taking the Chargers.
Good man.
Yeah. He was very excited. We said something nice about the Chargers this past week, and he was like, wow, you're coming around on the Chargers.
Especially coming from you, man.
I know.
Notorious Charger hater.
Last one, Rams minus 4.5 at New England. I will go first. Let's lay those points and give me the Rams. Ireland.
Rams.
Bergman.
Yeah, the Rams.
New
England's terrible.
Brian.
Yep, give me the Rams.
Oh, he's on the Rams. Damn it.
Can I change?
And Andy.
Tempted as I am now to say the Patriots, I'm still going Rams.
Going Rams. There you go. So those are the big 5 picks for this week, and we'll add them up on Monday, see how everybody finished. When we do them, by the way, they're brought to you by Islands, crafting your perfect Islands moments with classic burgers, fresh-cut fries, local brews, and never-ending summer drinks. And you may see young Jack Ireland when you go there.
Yes, you might.
How's the work going? How's the job going?
Good. He'll be there Saturday and Sunday.
Fantastic. That's great. All right, so it's Andy's game today. We got enough time. We'll do the game, and then we'll be able to talk about tonight's game as the Lakers begin their quest to repeat as in-season tournament NBA Cup winners in San Antonio tonight.
I'm looking at the funky court. It's not as far as funky in-season tournament, or I guess we have to call it NBA Cup.
NBA Cup, right?
Now, this one isn't too bad. It's gray with a gold cup and a black Spurs logo in the middle, but it's not like deep red or blue or like some of these other courts.
Oh, Ireland, I want to play something. Before we go to break, I want to play something for you. There's a young reporter named Jazzy. She is all of 11 years old, and she got an exclusive interview with Mike Tyson.
Okay.
And I want you to listen to this. Tell me how Jazzy did.
What's going on, guys? It's Jazzy, and today I'm here with one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time and fellow Brooklynite, Mr. Mike Tyson. How are you today?
Doing good, Jazzy. How you doing?
I'm great. It's really great to see you again. Last time I saw you, it was at Fanatics Fest, and that was a really great interview that I did with you.
Let's try another one.
Yep, let's go. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer. So thank you so much for giving me that kind of idea as well.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody to think? You think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, or grandkids. Who cares?
And again, thank you so much for sharing that.
All right, I give Jazzy an A+ for the way she handled that.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
And by the way, I applaud her for hanging in there, not freaking out when he went all
dark,
crazy.
Yep.
And here's the thing. I'm guessing we're one of about 1,000 radio shows that have played that interview today.
True.
So way to go, Jazzy.
Jazzy, by the way, is going to be filling in for Shadano next week.
I don't doubt it.
All right, so I wanted to get that in again because it makes me laugh. Coming up next for you, we're going to do some Game of Games. It is Andy Kamenetsky's game today as we get ready for Lakers basketball in San Antonio. Ireland on the road, ready to call the game. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Everyone has different reasons for selling. Some people want to downsize and move. Some have inherited a property they want to get rid of, or maybe it's just time for a change. Whatever your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make a competitive cash offer with no repairs needed as they can close in days, no complicated closing process or contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been making sellers happy for decades, and they have the reviews to prove it. Call them today and get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747, or go to sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is Ireland is in San Antonio. It's Andy's game today. So we've got me, Ireland, Brian, and Bergman playing today. No Laura. She was doing something else, so she was off the show today. But it is Andy's game. Andy's going to keep score, too. Andy, what do you got?
Well, on this day in 1960, the great Elgin Baylor, Lakers Hall of Fame legend, put up 71 points against the Knicks. Wow. It was the highest point total of Elgin Baylor's career, and it had been the second highest in Laker history, or it was the highest in Laker history until, obviously, Kobe's 81.
Right.
So in honor of Elgin's anniversary, I'm going to throw out some notable Lakers, and you are going to guess their highest point total as a Laker. Like, this is important. If I said Wilt, the answer is not 100, because that happened when he was in Philadelphia.
When he was a Philly, yeah.
Right. So closest without going over.
For each of these?
For each of these.
Oh,
okay.
wow. That's interesting. I like that.
Closest without going over.
All right, so this is going to be hard.
Gotta think about this.
We begin
Different
with...
way to do a game. I like it.
Yeah. We begin with the aforementioned Wilt Chamberlain. What was Wilt's highest point total as a Laker? Mace goes first.
Without going over.
Without going over.
Yeah.
I will say 55.
John.
I will say, boy, Wilt was a machine.
Yep.
I'll say 60.
60.
Brian.
Give me 62.
Mm-hmm. Greg.
Without going over, right?
Without going over.
1.
Nobody was that far off. Actually, Brian, very close. 66 is the answer.
Okay, so Brian was there.
Brian is on. Brian's got
Figured
one.
I'll just take every number below.
Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Highest point total by definition as a Laker. His career high. John goes first.
Now, point of clarification here. He had those 42 in a do his postseason stats.
No. Sorry, I should have been clear. Regular season only.
Regular season, okay.
Regular season only.
I'm going to say 45.
Brian.
I will take 40 even.
Greg.
Let's go 38.
Mace.
Let's go 49.
This is Brian Cohen's game. The answer is 42.
Oh,
nice. 42.
Oh, I had it.
You did have it
right there.
I actually said it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So Brian 2, everyone else 0.
Nice.
Jerry West, which by definition, career Laker. Brian goes first. Highest point total as a Laker.
It's like 44.
44
for his
I get
number.
it.
I like it.
Greg.
Let's say 56.
Mace.
49.
And John?
60.
John wins it. The answer is 63. 63 was West's highest.
Whew. Okay, so Ireland's on the board.
Ireland's on the board. Brian's got
But
2.
Brian has 2, right?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a Laker. Greg goes first.
Let's go with 48.
Mace.
I will go 45.
John.
50.
And Brian?
Take 52.
I'm kind of boxed in.
Greg
Oh,
Bergman.
wow.
On the nose.
I should get 2 for that.
48.
48.
You
Let's
should,
go.
but you don't.
Yeah, you don't get an extra
It's okay.
point.
So
48.
Greg's on the board.
Yeah.
George Mikan. George Mikan.
Talk about a straight guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mace goes first.
George Mikan, I will go 49.
John.
Oh, what the hell? 60 again. I'm just guessing 60 for everything.
I'm guessing 49 for everything.
Give me 52.
And Greg.
Again, I'll take everything below 1.
John Ireland on the board again. It is 61. So you were
right.
Ooh, almost won both showcases.
Wow.
Extremely close. So Mace still not on the board. Greg with 1. Brian and John with 2. Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom, highest point total as a Laker. John goes first.
Can we can go over? We can't.
Cannot go over.
I'm going to go. I don't think he ever had a 40-point game. Give me 32.
Brian.
I'll take 38.
Greg.
Dang, that's the number I was going with. 35.
And Mace.
39.
John Ireland takes it. The answer is 34.
Wow.
34 is the answer. So
Wow, Greg, so close.
Just missed.
John Ireland has taken the lead. Next one, Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol, highest point total as a
I'm going to make an executive
Laker.
decision here. We're winding down on the clock. So right now it is Ireland 3.
Sudden death?
Yeah, sudden death.
Okay.
Brian, you're at
We
2.
still have 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but I want to talk about the game.
Okay.
I
Brian,
have an update on the game.
is
too.
Brian and me and
Who
Bergman
goes-
out?
Do I have the lead or does Brian
You have the
the
lead. You're
John
up
has
1.
the lead.
All right, and it's Pau Gasol?
Yeah, Pau Gasol.
I'll go 40. Oh, do I want to go 40 or 45? Give me 45.
Okay, Brian.
Give me 44.
Okay, what do
I
I
think
do
I'm dead.
here? You both went over.
Do redo it.
Oh,
Okay,
redo.
the answer
Make
is
a
36.
second guess. Oh, well, you gave it away.
Oh,
Well, he has
sorry.
another, he has another one.
I got
36.
plenty others.
Yeah.
All right, go do one more.
Sasha Vujicic. Sasha Vujicic.
The best.
I just saw him at Slay on Saturday night. Is it me or is it Brian?
Brian.
You're still in the lead.
You're-
No,
oh,
no,
you're
no.
in the lead.
No,
no.
John
Right,
goes in the lead, so
John.
John goes first.
I don't think he ever had 30. Give me 25.
Okay, Brian.
Give me 1.
Brian is the winner. The answer is 22. So
Okay.
I have a tiebreaker.
Yeah, now we need the tiebreaker.
Okay.
It's Brian
Okay.
and Ireland.
81. Yeah, tiebreaker. 81 is obviously Kobe's highest point total ever, which by definition was as a Laker. What was his highest point total during a game as a rookie? Highest point total as a rookie for Kobe Bryant. Again, closest without going over. Brian goes first.
27.
John?
He didn't play very much as a rookie. I'll go 1.
Good call. The answer is 24. He scored 24
Oh, you're so
points
close,
as a
Brian.
rookie. So John,
Almost, Brian.
John is your
John
winner.
carries the day. All right, couple of things.
Hey,
fir-
Mace,
yeah,
can I give you an
update
update?
us. Yes.
Rui Hachimura has just been downgraded to doubtful.
Ooh.
So if he doesn't play, Andy, I'll tell you what I would do. I would start Dalton Connect.
Amen.
I don't know if the Lakers will do it, but that's what I would do.
It makes a lot of sense. Also, get ready, Armel Traore. You're probably going to get some time.
Okay,
Yeah.
last minute here. I want to point out that Beto Duran is doing pregame for Lakers Spurs live from Cosm. So if you want to see Beto, hang out with Beto, head over to Cosm in Inglewood. It's right next to SoFi. It's an incredible experience. It will change your idea of what watching sports can be. All right, that's it. Ireland, have a great call of the game.
Thank you, man.
Everybody have a great weekend. We've got 20 seconds left, so Andy, kill 20 seconds. It was a little early there. Holla back.
Holla back. Is that the new Game of Games
Yeah,
title?
I want to hear Ireland talk about holla back.
We're still not sure about the whole Skeet thing?
I'm not at all. I have nothing to do with that whatsoever. All right, go Lakers!